We're just a little dark, but that's okay.
She's alive. I just poked you in the face. I'm sorry.
No,
She's
you poked me in the ear.
She's alive, guys. She's
Yeah.
finally back.
I'm back. My hair's chopped. It's wet right now, but
Sog child.
soggy child. Oh wait,
Anyway.
should I pause the Minecraft lo-fi?
I mean, you could keep that on if you wanted to. If it's... That was your neighbor. That scared the crap out of me for a
You get
second.
used to
I
it.
was like, who is in your walls?
you get used to it.
Who is in your walls?
Yeah.
Anyways, what
The
were we going to say
critters.
before we started reading? You were going to pick something out of the jar.
Yes. So because I still don't have a TBR.
Yeah, she still doesn't have a TBR. She keeps lying, guys. Blame
I
her.
do.
So now she's going to pick... She has TBR. It's just
It's just
a
a blinding
blob.
white.
blinding white
Shape.
blob. But she has TBR jar that she's
trying
going
to,
to
like,
pick.
Adjust it.
There we go.
Oh my God.
That's solid.
Please don't fall
Your
over.
bat, like your entire room looks like it's in black and white.
It does.
We look
My
like
lamp back
we're
there.
so like dulled.
You can see all my little pictures.
Yes, we can.
Of my record player.
Yes.
You can see my drawing. Oh my goodness.
And
Sorry, I just realized you can see Gerard over there. Oh, wait, hold on.
Gerard.
Yeah, it's his name.
Our boy Gerard.
Yeah, it's my drawing right there that I made.
But yeah, she has TBR jar because she doesn't know what
Yes.
she's gonna read yet.
So far, I only have this book, which I'm currently reading. And by currently reading, I mean I read chapter 1. And I haven't gone past that. I've already read this book, to be fair. I'm rereading it. But
All right, Scooby Doo.
I've reread chapter 1, and that's it. Hey, don't believe me? Look at this. What does that say? Chapter 2.
Elsa. I
Elsa.
saw Elsa.
It's the Frozen.
Yes, I'm
one.
aware.
Anyways,
Anyways.
if you haven't read this, do it. It's good.
Anyways.
But I have my little jar of mysteries. I took like a full hour, almost 2 hours one day, just wrote down all of the books that I have in my pile.
Then how is it that low?
I know, I was surprised too.
Why is there so
I was
few?
like,
That's
I have more books than this.
It's such a big pile.
I know.
I don't know if you need more books or you need bigger paper or a smaller jar.
That's a write really small. So this
Yeah,
makes
that does
sense.
it.
That checks out.
Dog, I need to trim my bangs again. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
how many books should I? Well, I guess I'll pull out the
How
first
many-
name and
well,
we'll
how
see how
many-
long it is.
This is fair. How many do you usually read in like a month?
2 or 3. Well, at least I try to read 2 or 3.
Okay, so if we have
That is my goal.
if we have this one,
I've already
we could
failed mine in January. But
January sucks for everybody.
January.
You pick like 1 or 2 more since we're reading one together, and then
Because this one isn't that long. So, all right. I'll pick out the first one. Do you want to pull it out of the jar, or do you want me to?
you pull it out. You pull it out. If we do another one, I'll pull it out.
All right.
But for right now, you pull it
I'm
out.
picking this one. All right. My other book. Once Upon a Dream, another Twisted Tale book. I have.
Is that the entire jar? It's just Twisted Tale.
It's just all Twisted Tale books, but they're all standalone, so it's okay.
Are we picking another one?
Yeah, because Once Upon a Dream isn't that.
I will choose. I will sacrifice
choose?
you.
Okay. You pick it out. I'll get my Once Upon a Dream just so I have it in front of me.
Oh dear. This is such a horrible jar to put your hand in. Oh my god.
Listen, I was working with what I had. Oh my god, this pile is so heavy.
Villains.
Oh, so the next villains book. Okay, I was actually already planning on reading that, so that's good.
So a lot of Disney,
Yes, indeed, a lot of
essentially. Half of her TBR is Disney.
because they keep writing stuff. I feel it's like Rick Roy Orton. Like, God, put the pen down.
You heard it here, folks.
You haven't now.
Kaylee telling Disney to put the pen
Put
down.
the pen down. Start trying to write better movies.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. So, right now, my February... Oh, God. I just slid.
Please don't die.
My February TBR is Conceal Don't Feel, Once Upon a Dream, so Beauty and the Beast. Not Beauty and the Beast.
That's
Who are
Sleeping
you?
Beauty.
Sleeping
That's
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Get a load of this gal.
Beauty was in the name. I used to always mix them up as a kid. Apparently, I still do.
One of them is a straight blonde. The other one, hard brunette. One of the main love interest is a literal human being. The other one is a beast for the majority of the movie. How do you mix them up?
The name Beauty was in the title. That's the only thing. So not Beauty and the Beast. Sleeping Beauty.
I'm gonna smack
It's a pretty cover. You have Aurora on one side, and then you have Maleficent on the other. Spicy. It's pretty. So wait, hold on. Okay, this one, the whole like little twist that they put on it is like, what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? So like that's that whole thing. And then with this one, for Once Upon a Dream, it's what if Sleeping Beauty never woke up?
She's dead
So,
forever.
She's
then.
dead. She's comatose.
She might as well be dead.
And then for because the villain series, it is like I have to read it in chronological order. So the next book in it, I've read like I think 6 so far.
Oh, wow.
I think we're up to 9 books in the series, and she's still writing. Again, put the pen down.
Wrap it up.
But this is the new one, and it's like almost like a self-inserted character that she created for the villains universe to connect all of them. And it's the Odd Sisters, and they're like 3 witches.
You can barely
I
see
know.
that title in there.
I know,
Good lord.
but like
It's like-
hey,
You
oh,
can-
there we go.
Just
The
a little
Odd
bit.
Sisters.
Just a little
If
bit.
you haven't seen the villains books, if you take off the dust jacket, it has a different design underneath. Spicy. Yeah, really nice. For Maleficent, it was her face, and then you took off the dust jacket, and it was a dragon on the
Nice.
actual book, and it was really cool. But yeah, it's just the story of the Odd Sisters, like little characters she created to connect all of the villains' backstories together. So all Disney,
All Disney. And
all
to,
Disney.
and to balance that out, this was my month to pick a buddy read. And I picked, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, I picked The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie. I think that's how you say her name. Axio.
Yeah, I think Axie.
Yeah, Axio. And this is Korean. This is Korean inspired fantasy to balance out the Disney.
The Disney.
We have Korean fantasy. What are you looking for?
I don't know where my phone went. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's right here. Oh, do you like my sticker? My friend Coleman put it on my phone. It says, "I have no idea what I'm doing." I think that sums me up pretty well. I also have stickers.
Oh goodness.
Continue.
Anyways, I don't know what else to say except homegirl. What's her name? Mina.
Yeah,
K-pop Demon Hunters. Anyways, Mina, she's got a bunch of really bad storms that threaten her homeland, and there's a ritual going on where they sacrifice a young woman to the sea god to hopefully stop the bad storms. But one year, the kind of like girlfriend of Mina's older brother is the one to be sacrificed, and he's like, "Hey, I don't want her to be sacrificed." And tries to stop it, which is a death sentence. So Mina throws herself over the cliff to save her brother and his girlfriend. And now she discovers that the sea god is in a comatose. So now she's trying to wake him up to stop the storms. And also pretty cover.
It is a very pretty cover. I love it.
And this is purely because I started watching K-dramas recently. So now I fear the Korean like folklore and all that business is now at a core part of my life right now. So I needed Asian fantasy. So here we are. Why the other fantasy book I chose was also Korean inspired.
It's okay, I understand.
Listen, it started with K-pop Demon Hunters. It cursed me, and then I watched a really good K-drama, and now I'm cooked.
Yeah, I have those stickers. The horrors persist, but so do I.
This fat hamster. This goober.
And this one's driving a Barbie car. This tiny turtle, he judges you immensely.
Ah, yes.
These are all going on my computer.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Certified silly goose.
You need to get something that you can play Untitled Goose Game on.
You
Have I told you about that game?
have not.
Entire premise of the game is you're a goose and you're terrorizing people, and the end goal is to get a bell to add to your bell collection.
That's so fun.
And you can play 2-player. There's a 2-player option. So what I'm saying is,
that.
you need to get something to play. I have it on my Switch. If you have access to anyone's Switch, you can play it together.
I shall.
Anyways.
I also love this one, surviving purely off of spite. Or out of spite.
Either or works for
Yeah,
you.
either or. My little dumpster fire. It says everything's fine.
Yay!
I love this one. All of my flabbers are gasted.
Oh my gosh.
And another favorite, original recipe, Tears of Mine Enemies.
Tears of mine enemies. What the grammar?
That's what it says.
What the grammar?
That's what it says, so I'm going with it.
Oh yeah. Also, because Kaylee hates me and she didn't want to go to Barnes and Noble with me yesterday. I am the only.
I had a biopsych exam.
Womp womp. I am the only person that has the copy of the book at the moment. We will be getting her a copy later. But for right now, for this stream, we're just gonna be sharing mine.
Because I want it, because it's a pretty cover.
It is a pretty cover.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm judging heavily on this book, and I already like it.
See, and you look
I already like it. So pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Although I was putting the name in as a tag. It was so because the tag you can't put spaces. Then you're in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Okay. So we're starting The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio, Chapter 1. Do we just want to do like every 2 chapters?
Yeah, sorry.
Per. I will start.
How long is the first chapter? Or like how long are the chapters in this book?
Let's see. 2, 3, 4.
Well, it's the first one.
Considerably shorter than Project Hail Mary was, because it's YA and it's a standalone, so it don't take that much time. What are you doing?
I have curly hair. I have to get like all like the gel and mousse and
The mousse.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the mousse is a hair product. Every time someone says mousse,
It's
I
a
just
dessert.
think of the animal.
I thought you were gonna talk about like the dessert.
No, I think about the animal. I think about them big Alaskans with the antlers.
My roommate last year, this was our first like time like obviously living together. It's like the first week of school, and I had taken my shower and I was like putting mousse in my hair, which if you've used mousse for your hair, it's like type of thing. It's almost like it's. She heard that in the bathroom. She thought I had whipped cream in the bathroom. She was like, "Why are you hiding in the bathroom eating whipped cream?" And then I walked out, and I was like, "What are you talking about whipped cream?" And I like rubbed the mousse together in my hands and started putting it in my hair, and she just looked at me like I had lost my mind.
I would have looked at you that way, because if it
She was
sounds like whipped cream, I'm gonna
she was like,
immediately assume.
Why are you putting whipped cream in your hair? I was like, it's not whipped cream. I was like, it's mousse. She went, oh.
People don't remember mousse is a thing.
But she was like, I'm not gonna lie, I really reconsidered my decisions of rooming with you in that moment.
She thought you was a freak. She was like, I can't do this no
She was
more.
like, I was heavily reconsidering a few things, and I saw you put that in your hair.
I'm gonna tip it down for a little bit. Goodbye, Gerard.
Goodbye, Gerard. No, Gerard. I love Gerard.
Bonk. Anyways.
Mike M.
What did you say?
I said Mike M. He's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. What do you think I said?
I heard you say My Chem, but I didn't understand what that meant.
It's
I
an
was like-
abbreviation for
I was like,
Chemical
you trying
Romance.
to say my man or something?
No, it's My Chem or MCR. It's the band.
Listen, it didn't click in my mind. I didn't know he was the dude from My Chemical Romance.
He is the creator of the Umbrella Academy. Like, he wrote the comics for it.
I haven't seen that show yet.
I haven't either, but because I want to read the comics first.
Fair.
I
I didn't even know.
He also illustrates for DC Comics.
I didn't know it was a comic series.
So
I guess when I would have eventually figured out when I watched
he
it.
wrote my Killjoy comics.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
He's really talented.
You know what comic I am excited for? Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla. Hell yeah. I want to read that so bad.
It's gonna be so good.
The pre-sales are in March, right? I think so.
I think that's what the website said.
And then it said it comes like fully publishes in April. We gotta do that. Anyway,
I need to see him meet cute with Godzilla.
I don't think that's what it meant. I think it's them trying to function with Godzilla.
I know.
Can they survive their own story, and can they survive Godzilla?
It's just a meet cute between these two people, and then all of a sudden you just hear a roar in the background. He's like saying
I
something.
say Romeo and Juliet meeting was a meet cute, but okay. I wouldn't say meet cute and Romeo and Juliet at all, but all right.
They're talking about their forbidden love, and you just hear like a laser in the back.
I just get radiation poisoning.
You hear a building collapse while he's professing his love.
Which
It's
one?
like every disaster.
One of them
movie.
like drinks a poison or something, and the other one stabs in the heart. I think.
Well,
Something like that.
I'm
It's
pretty
just
sure
instead of them
it's been
dying
years.
the normal way, they
one
just
of
get
them
stomped
walks in
on.
on the other, and they think that that person is like dead. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're, like, passed
I just
out.
don't remember who dies first
I don't either, but like I
and
think
who dies like by how.
I think
Because I know actually,
Juliet laying on the ground.
yes, and then
came
Romeo
in.
like runs himself into a sword, and then
Um,
she wakes
yeah,
up.
and she wakes up. It's just like, oh my goodness.
It's
he's
just, instead
dead.
of Romeo running himself through, he just gets stomped on.
He's like, Juliet, I loved you from the moment.
Stomp. Just all the end of the story is they all get radiation poisoning. Verona gets nuked by Godzilla.
I'm gonna laugh. There's like a cameo of like Mothra. Just soaring.
She's just there like, oh jeez. Jeez. Anyways, I'm sorry, Verona getting nuked
by
killed
Godzilla's
by
laser.
Godzilla's atomic breath. He breathes on them and they just vaporize.
Godzilla sneezes and the country.
There are 2 viewers left. We've lost the sauce.
We're one allergy attack away from world nuke
from mutually assured destruction.
in sudden anxious country.
Bro.
Just up in flames. Disintegrates.
Bro.
One sneeze and it's all over.
One sneeze and we're all cooked.
One little bit of dust. And y'all are gone.
God forbid a feather floats into his nose.
God forbid it's allergy season.
God forbid it's allergies. God forbid a girl have allergies. If the pollen
Cat runs by and he's like, oh God.
spring and the pollen is flowing. Oh man.
Not again.
The entire comic is just him feeling like he's gonna sneeze, but it doesn't come out. And then the ending, he finally sneezes. He's like, oh, thank God, it finally got out. It's just complete decimation.
They're like confessing their love, and he's like wiping a tear from his eye, and then all of a sudden you just see a little pollen drip through the air. Shoot. Oh my goodness! Please tell me Godzilla is like the #1 Romeo and Juliet fan. Like he's just like waiting for them to get together. He's like, yes, guys.
Yes, queen. And she throws her bouquet, and he catches it.
He's like their best friend.
It's probably
They're, like, met in
not
grade
at
school.
all. It's probably not at all how that's gonna go, but you know. Anyways,
Off from that tangent.
onto our scheduled program.
Sorry, I just thought of Godzilla sneezing in my Fig animation. And I had to share it.
Okay, I'll animate that for you, even though you
Oh my
hate
God,
animation
please.
that you said 10 minutes ago.
No, I love animation. I just don't like the Book of Life animation.
Uncultured. Get a
I
load of this. Get a load of this gal.
I'm cultured if it's anything from before 2000.
Bruh.
Give me some stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I got you.
No.
I say something a System of a Down share.
You gotta
the 90s.
You gotta expand your horizons, man.
And I do, but like really only with music. I'll listen to rock and metal from like present day, but like pretty much any other like form of media other than some movies or TV shows. You lost me. I don't know pop culture.
It's not for pop culture. It's just to enjoy things. You know?
You know?
You can enjoy things that were made in this era.
I know I can. I just usually don't.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on you. Anyways,
I grew up watching Gilligan's Island. Leave me
I
alone.
don't know what that is.
TV show from the 70s.
Okay. I'm
Same as MASH.
I'm gonna work. I know what MASH is because my parents.
Same era.
We're gonna have.
I watched The Waltons with my mom.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Same era.
We're gonna work on that.
You say as I have the Smiths poster hanging
We're
up.
still gonna work on that. I can introduce you to new things. That's what I'm here for.
But I like my little 70s little boy band.
Okay, just because you like that doesn't mean you can't expand your horizons a little bit. I'm not telling you to change your entire personality. I'm just telling you to step outside the box a little bit.
My personality belongs in the 80s, man.
I hate to tell you this, but we're not in the 80s. We're not even close.
Unfortunately. I miss the 80s.
You weren't even alive!
I wish it was.
I'm not telling you to change your entire personality. I'm just telling you to step outside of your comfort zone just a little bit.
I did that by coming to college.
Okay, so we're gonna do it a little bit more.
We're stepping out of the comfort zone we stepped out of.
Exactly.
Already.
You're not gonna be my friend and not know some of the things that I love. I'm gonna show them to you. I'm gonna show them to you, and you have no choice.
I didn't think I did.
Clearly, you don't. Anyways, let's read the book.
23 minutes in.
Shut up. This is your fault. You did this.
I mentioned one sneeze.
You did a lot more than mention a sneeze.
I mentioned a sneeze.
You did a lot more than mention a sneeze. Anyways, chapter 1. Burger King foot lettuce. I'm sorry.
Get out.
What?
The door's right there.
You let me in.
It did, but you can find your way out. Can you?
Let's not test that theory. Let's not.
This building can't get confusing. If you're not used to it.
Let's not test that theory. We're not gonna do that. Anyways, stop distracting. Chapter 1.
It's like asking the sun not to shine.
The sun's currently not shining at all. It's actually very gloomy. It's actually nighttime.
It's actually the sun's not out at all.
Exactly. It was actually very gloomy today. Anyways, the Mesamite people say only a true bride of the sea god can bring an end to his insatiable wrath. When the otherworldly storms rise from the East Sea, lightning breaking the sky and waters ripping up the shore, a bride is chosen and given to the sea god. Or sacrificed, depending on the measure of your faith. Damn. She said,
Well, I guess it's a way to put it bluntly.
well, every year the storms begin, and every year a girl is brought to the sea. I can't help wondering if, oh no, I forgot that. Shim Cheong? Shim Cheong. Yes.
You chose this book.
And you chose the last one? Which, how many names did we have to worry about?
How many names did we butcher?
Exactly. You can't say anything.
No,
You chose that one. I can't help wondering if Shim Chiong believes in the myth of the sea god's bride, if she'll find comfort in it before the end. Or perhaps she sees it as the beginning. There are many pathways destiny can take. For instance, there's my own path, the literal path before me, stretching narrowly through the waterlogged rice fields. If I follow this path, it'll eventually lead me to the beach. If I turn around, the path will take me back to the village. Which destiny belongs to me? Which destiny will I grasp onto with both hands?
There are 2 viewers still haven't come back.
I wonder why. Even if we're up to choice, it wouldn't really be mine to make. For though a large part of me longs for the safety of home, the pull of my heart is infinitely stronger. It tugs me toward the open sea and to the one person I love beyond destiny, my brother June. Lightning streaks through the storm clouds, splintering across the blackened sky. A half-second later, a clap of thunder rumbles over the rice fields. The path ends when the dirt meets the sand. I take off my soggy sandals. Oh no, not the soggy sandals. Oh no.
Us both being like, oh.
I take off my soggy sandals and fling them over my shoulder. She raw dogging it out there? Dang.
I mean, just the beach.
I guess you can't do much. And
It's just that you can't really
like
do anything other than
ancient Korean adjacent land when it's storming. Where are you going?
I'm getting my anxiety capybara. Kenny's back, everyone. You'll never believe this.
What?
My foot's cramping again like last stream.
Cover up. Let me read.
Oh my god, ow! I hate everything.
I can't even read my book.
Ow!
I'm
Oh
just
my god, ow, that hurts so
I'm just gonna
keep reading.
I take off my soggy sandals and fling them over my shoulder through the torrent of rain. You're just in the corner.
I can't move.
Through the torrent of rain, I catch sight of the boat, tossing and turning upon the waves. It's a small, hollowed-out vessel with a single mast, meant to carry 8 or so men, and one sea god's bride. Already it's a distance from the shore, and moving farther still. Lifting my rain-soaked skirt, I sprint toward the raging sea. I hear a shout from the boat the same moment I crash into the first wave. Oh, dang, she just ran straight into the water. Rest in peace, girl.
R.I.P.
Immediately I'm pulled under. The freezing water steals my breath. I tumble beneath the water, spinning violently to the left, then to the right. I fight to get my mouth above the surface, but the waves pour into and over me. I'm not a weak swimmer, but I'm also not a strong one. And although I fight to swim, to reach the boat and live, it's so very hard. It might not be enough. I wish it didn't hurt so much. The waves, the salt, the sea. Mina! Strong hands wrap around my arms, pulling me out of the water. I'm placed firmly on the boat's undulating deck.
Yeah.
My brother stands before me, familiar features twisted in a scowl. What were you thinking? June shouts over the howling wind. You could have drowned. Really?
I'm glad we picked up on that.
Yes. A massive wave crashes against the boat and I lose my balance. June grabs my wrist to keep me from tumbling overboard. I followed you, I shout just as loudly. You shouldn't be here. Warriors aren't supposed to accompany the sea god's bride. Looking at my brother now, his rain-lashed face and defiant expression, I want to collapse into tears. I want to drag him to the shore and never look back. How can he risk his life like this? If the god should know of your presence, you'll be killed. June flinches, his eyes flicking to the prow of the boat, where a slender figure stands, hair whipping sharply in the wind. Shim Cheong. You don't understand, June says. I couldn't let her face this alone. The breaking of his voice The breaking of his voice confirms what I've suspected all along, what I'd hoped wasn't true. I curse under my breath, but June doesn't notice. His entire being is focused on her. The elders say Shim Cheong was fashioned by the goddess of creation to be the sea god's final bride, the one to ease all his sorrows and usher in a new era of peace in the kingdom. She has skin forged from the purest of pearls. She has hair stitched from the deepest night. She has lips colored by the blood of men. That's an interesting line. That's one way to describe red lips.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Whatever happened to just red?
Because that's not fun.
Yeah, but the blood of men?
Clearly she's done something. I guess. Maybe. Oh, wait. Maybe this last detail is more bitterness than truth. Dang, Mina. You're just being a little salty over here.
That's fantastic.
I remember the first time I saw Shim Cheong. I was standing with June beside the river. It was the night of the Paper Boat Festival 4 summers ago, when I was 12 and June was 14. It is traditional in the seaside villages to write wishes onto pieces of paper before folding them carefully into boats to set upon the river. The belief is that our paper boats will carry our wishes to our dead ancestors in the spirit realm, where they can bargain with the lesser gods to fulfill our dreams and desires. Shim Cheong might be the most beautiful girl in the village, but her face is a curse. Dang. I looked up at the sound of June's voice. It was him that said that? Dang! Following his gaze to the bridge spanning the river, where a girl stood at its center. With her face lit by moonlight, Shim Cheong seemed more goddess than girl. She held a paper boat of her own. It fell from her open palm and onto the water. As I watched it drift down the river, I wonder what someone so beautiful could possibly wish for. I didn't know then that Shim Cheong was already destined to be the sea god's bride. Now, standing on the boat in the pouring rain with thunder rattling my bones, I notice the way the men keep away from her. It's as if she's already been sacrificed, her otherworldly beauty separating her from the rest of us. She belongs to the sea god. It's what the village has always known, ever since she came of age. That must suck! Imagine just existing and they're like, yeah, you're going to be sacrificed.
Imagine just going with your business and it's like your birthday and they're just like, hey.
You're going to be sacrificed today.
So guess what your present is?
Yay! Where was I? Beats.
I thought you were going to say Bobby's line from Scratch.
No. It's what the village has always known ever since she came of age. I wonder if it happens in a day for your fate to change, or if it takes longer for your life to be stolen from you. I wonder if June sensed this loneliness in her, because ever since Shim Cheong was 12, she belonged to the sea god, and while everyone might have seen her as someone who would one day leave, he was the only one who wanted her to stay. Mina, June tugs my arm. You need to hide. I watch as June anxiously searches the uncovered deck for a place for me to conceal myself. He might not care that he's broken one of the sea god's 3 rules, but he worries for me. The rules are simple. No warriors, no women besides the sea god's bride, no weapons. June broke the first rule by coming tonight, and I broke the second, and the third. My hand curls around the knife, hidden beneath my short jacket. Homegirl? Homegirl.
This is escalating.
Homegirl. The blade that once belonged to my great-great-grandmother. Why's Granny got a knife?
Oh, so this is like a generational preparation.
This is a generational beef. Why does great-great-granny have a knife? What's she doing?
And why did she give it to the child?
She give it to the 12-plus child. Anyways, the boat must have reached the center of the storm because the wind stopped howling, the waves cease their crashing over the deck, and even the rain lessens its relentless battering. That's not fun. It's dark in every bad sign. It's dark in every direction, the clouds obscuring the moonlight. I move.
Grandma.
And she does. Great-great-grandma, by the way. Great-great-grandma stays strapped. But anyways. Grandma stays strapped. That's your man, by the way.
It is.
Made me lose my place again. It's dark in every direction, the clouds obscuring the moonlight. I move closer to the boat's edge, and I look over the side. The lightning flashes, and in the brightness I see it. The fishermen see it too, their screams swallowed by the night. Beneath the boat moves a massive silver blue dragon.
We
Hey,
have dragons.
hey. Yeah,
Oh,
of course Asian cultures have dragons. Did you not know that?
well, I wasn't. Well, I knew that, but I wasn't expecting a dragon to be the story. I wasn't surprised.
Well, hello there. Hello, buddy. How you? Do you like it underneath my boat?
You just pull an Obi-Wan and just like, hello there.
Hello there. Its snake-like body circles the boat, the ridges of its scaled back breaking the surface of the water. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay.
Quite.
The flash of lightning dissipates. Darkness falls once more, and all that can be heard is the endless roll of the waves. I shiver, imagining all the awful fates that might await us, either through drowning or being devoured by the sea god's servant. The boat groans as the dragon slides right up against the hull. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna need you to pack up.
This is not an interactional experience.
Personal bubble. Personal bubble.
This is no audience interaction.
What is the purpose of this? What was the sea god thinking, sending his terrifying servant? Is he testing the courage of his bride? If my future husband
If
tests
she's
me-
scared by a dragon, she gotta go.
if she don't like Spot over here, she gotta go.
If my dog don't like you, you gotta
Can't.
go.
I blink, realizing my anger has dispelled most of the fear. Oh, she just mad now. My gaze sweeps the boat. Shim Cheong still stands at the prow, but she's no longer alone. June, I shout, my heart dropping. June whips his head in my direction, abruptly releasing Shim Cheong's hand. Brother. Hey, dude. I would
Lock
need you to lock in.
Lock
You're
in.
cooking the family line. Behind them, the dragon rises silently out of the water.
God, we're about to have one less family in this village.
Its long neck extending into the sky. Seawater falls off its dark blue scales, dropping like coins onto the boat's deck.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Its black, fathomless eyes are riveted on Shim Cheong. This is the moment. Does everyone get eaten by the dragon?
He's unleashed a devil.
I don't know what's supposed to happen, but this is the moment we've all been waiting for. What Shim Cheong has been waiting for since the day she learned she was too beautiful to live. Hello? Hello? Can she just exist? Can a pretty girl just exist, please? She ain't even done anything. She's just pretty.
I don't know how I would take that. Like, imagine if someone being like, hey, you're too beautiful, so you gotta die. Like, I don't know how I would take that. I don't know if I'd be like, thanks, I think.
This is the moment when she loses everything. Most devastatingly, the boy she loves, of course. And in this moment, Shim Cheong hesitates. She turns from the dragon, her eyes finding June's. She is a boss to turn away from an actual dragon.
She's like looking at this dragon, and she really just goes,
Find you a girl that will look at you instead of a dragon.
there's not many out there.
Yes, Kaylee. Well, sorry to say this, Jordan, but I'm afraid.
I want a dragon. Could you imagine me riding that to work? I want a dragon.
He left for a second and then he came back. I just see it go from 0 to 1.
I'm about to get a text on my phone.
Yeah, you are.
I can feel it.
She gives him a look I've never seen before, one of agony, fear, and such desperate longing it breaks my heart. Aw. June lets out a choked sound, takes one step toward her, and then another, until he's standing in front of her, his empty hands spread wide in protection. I just met these people and I'm already sad for them. Low-key. They're just there. They just want to mind their business.
He just wants a girl.
Truly. And with just this, he sealed his fate. The dragon will never let him go, not after this act of defiance. As if to prove my fears, the great beast lets out a deafening roar, bringing all the men left standing to their knees. Except for June, my fierce, stubborn fool of a brother, who stands as if he can single-handedly protect his love from the sea god's wrath. Find you, ladies out there, find you a man that will protect you from the sea god dragon. Oh!
I told you.
For context, he just says why ... LOL. Well, now here's the question, Jordan. Would you stand in the way? Like, if she was about to get eaten by a sea dragon to be sacrificed for the sea god, would you stand between her and the dragon? Would you protect her from the dragon? This is the question.
Well, for context, is the dragon like mean, or is it like
Just like put
friendly?
yourself in this story. Like, you're about to be
Okay.
sacrificed. There's a dragon in front of
I was
you.
gonna say, if it's a friendly dragon, I'm shoving him out of the way to go say hi.
Put yourself in the context of the story. You're about to be sacrificed. Dragon is there. Would you stand in front of her? Would you protect her from the dragon? Because she clearly, I think...
We have an answer.
Oh.
He said, oh wait, hold on, I gotta open my phone. He said, probably, but I think we'd both die. You're probably
right.
right.
So what I'm hearing is Jordan would protect her, but she would willingly go with the dragon.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
I'm so sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry you had to hear it from this. Anyway, an unbearable anger rises up within me, starting in my stomach and clawing up to choke me. The gods have chosen not to grant our wishes from the Paper Boat Festival, but also the small wishes we make every day. For peace, for fertility, for love, the gods have abandoned us. The God of gods, the sea god, wants to take from the people who love him. Take and never give. The gods might not grant our wishes, but I could. For June, I could grant his wish. I rushed to the prow of the boat and leap onto the edge. Take me instead. What did he say? Oh wait, that's something else.
Yeah, it's not.
Never mind.
It's work.
I whip out my knife and make a deep slash across my palm, raising it up high above my head. I will be the sea god's bride. I pledge my life to him. Hey girl.
Isn't she like 13?
I think that was just like a flashback to when she was 12. Because when she was 12, that's when she saw Shim Chi-young for the first time.
Okay.
So she's at least a little bit older than that. I think she's like young teenager.
So like what, like 15?
Maybe like 16 or something like that. That's my guess. Because it just said that like when she was 12, that's when she first saw Shim Chi-young. But I'm assuming she has to be at least a little bit on the older side. Because they probably wouldn't sacrifice a preteen to the sea god. The woman probably has to be about probably 16 to 18 range. Because that's probably more of like the marrying age at that time. Yeah. So that's my guess.
Probably.
Anyway, so she's sacrificing her life for the homies. My words are met with utter stillness from the dragon.
He's just like, what?
And right away, I doubt everything. Why would the sea god take me instead of Shim Chi-young? I haven't her beauty or her elegance. I just have my own stubborn will, the one my grandmother always said she would be the curse of me. But then the dragon lowers its head, turning to the side so I can look straight into one of its black eyes. It's as deep and endless as the sea. That would be horrifying.
That would be.
You just stare into my eyes.
You could also probably see your reflection in the glassiness of the eye. So it's just you.
If I see
darkness.
an eye that's bigger than my entire body, I'm terrified. Straight up. Just absolutely not. Please, I whisper. In this moment, I don't feel beautiful, nor do I feel very brave, my hands trembling. But there's a warmth in my chest that nothing and no one can take from me. This is the strength I call upon now, because even if I am afraid, I know I've chosen this. I am the maker of my own destiny. Bars. Mina, my brother shouts, no!
I forgot he was there for a second.
Yes. It's your girlfriend or your sister. Pick one. Unfortunately, your sister says you have no choice.
Unfortunately, your sister says, pick the other one.
The dragon lifts its body out of the water. How much more out of the water are we going? Can he fly too?
I mean, well, no, he's a water dragon. So I was gonna say he's a dragon, but I was this is the ocean.
But also, I guess like serpentine, because ancient dragons are more serpentine, so I guess they can do
Yeah.
whatever they want. They don't need wings to fly.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of South Park. Whatever. I do what I want.
They just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
You just wiggle.
The dragon lifts its body out of the water, dropping a length of its massive bulk between my brother and me, separating us. How did he not just destroy the entire boat? He just goes, I'm just going to scooch in here if you don't mind.
You're just like, I'm just gonna squeeze on past you.
I'm just going to scooch in here if you don't mind. Shh. I've been trying to reach you, but your car's extended warranty. Yep. Okay. In the silence, surrounded completely by the dragon, I hesitate, wondering how much it can understand. I grasp for the right words, the truth. I take a breath, lifting my chin. I am the sea god's bride. The dragon drags its body away from the boat, revealing an opening in the churning water. Without looking back, I jump into the sea. And she gone! And she's no longer with us. Ow. Sorry, my cats are digging into my body.
Forgot to
Do what?
take my iron.
Take your iron! You
I
iron
will
deficient
after-
child!
I will after this.
Me. Come get your girlfriend. She pissing me off. Anyways, chapter 2. Still means you gotta take your iron.
Post-it.
In recovery, which means you can still reverse. You can still go back.
I know.
Dingus.
I almost did 'cause I didn't take it for like 2 months.
I'm
But
about to throw you in the sea.
I didn't.
I'm about to be that dragon and throw your ass into the sea. Take your iron. Anyways, chapter 2. As I sink, the roar of the waves abruptly cuts off, and all is silent. Over and around me, the dragon's long, sinuous body circles, swirling a great whirlpool. Hey, I can just hop on and you can just take me down
I
there.
was
You
about to say,
don't
can I-
have
can I
to
just hitch a
create a
ride?
whirlpool. Brother, please.
Can I just hitch a ride? Like, Ocean Uber?
Ocean Hooper. Together we fall through the sea. Strange, but the urge to breathe never rises. My descent is almost calm, peaceful. This must be the dragon's doing. It's using its magic to keep me from drowning. It's a little terrifying, but
consider it.
I consider it a little terrifying, but all right. My throat tightens and my heart pounds with relief. All the brides before me, they lived. For now. For
At
right
first.
now. Down into the darkness we sink, until the sea above me is the sky, and we, the dragon and I, are like falling stars. The dragon circles closer, and through its tightening coils I catch sight of one hooded eye, open slightly to reveal a glittering pool of midnight. Time slows. The world stops. I reach out my hand. I forgot her hand was bleeding. Droplets of blood leave the open wound to trail like gemstones across the distance between us. The dragon blinks once. A rift opens up below me. I drop through it into darkness. Hey, where are we going? My grandmother often told me stories about the spirit realm, a place between heaven and earth filled with all kinds of wondrous beings, gods and spirits and mythical creatures. My grandmother said it was her own grandmother who used to tell her the stories. After all, not all storytellers are grandmothers, but all grandmothers are storytellers. Nice. This is true.
And that's very
And
true.
that is very true. My grandmother and I would make the short walk through the rice fields and down to the beach, each carrying one side of a folded bamboo mat. We'd spread the mat on the pebbled sand and link arms as we sat side by side, dipping our toes into the cool water. I remember the way the sea looked in the early morning. The sun peeked out from over the horizon and lit a golden pathway across the water. The briny air misted over our faces like salty kisses. I would lean closer to my grandmother, basking in her steady warmth. She'd always start with stories first, those with beginnings and endings, but as the orange and purple hues of the early morning settled into the bright blue of afternoon, she would begin to ramble, her voice a soothing melody. The spirit realm is a vast and magical place, but the greatest of all its wonders is the sea god's city. Some say the sea god is a very old man. Some say he's a man in his prime, tall as a tree, with a beard as black as slate. And others believe he might even be a dragon himself, made of wind and water. But whatever form the sea god takes, the gods and spirits of the realm obey him, for he is the god of gods, the ruler of them all. My whole life, I've lived surrounded by gods. There are thousands of them. The god of the well at the center of our village, who sings through the croaking of the frogs. The goddess of the breeze, who comes from the west as the moon rises. The god of the stream in our garden, to whom June and I used to leave offerings of mud cakes and lotus lily pies. The world is filled with small gods, for each part of nature has a guardian to watch over and protect it. A strong sea wind swept over the water. My grandmother lifted her hand to her straw hat to keep it from being ripped away into the darkening sky. Even though it was still early in the day, clouds gathered overhead, thick with rain. Grandmother, I asked, what makes the sea god more powerful than the other gods? Our sea is an embodiment of him, she said, and he is the sea. He is powerful because the sea is powerful, and the sea is powerful because he is, I finished for her. My grandmother liked to speak in circles. A low groan of thunder rumbled across the sky. The pebbles at her feet skittered into the water and were washed away with the tide. Beyond the horizon, a storm brewed. Clouds of eddying dust and ice crystals swirled upward in a funnel of darkness. I gasped. A feeling of anticipation swept through my soul. It's beginning, my grandmother said. Quickly we stood and rolled up the bamboo mat, then walked swiftly toward the dunes that separated the beach from the village. I slipped in the sand, but my grandmother grabbed my hand to steady me. As we reached the top, I looked back one last time. The sea was in shadow. The clouds above blocked the sunlight. It looked otherworldly, so unlike the sea of the morning that, though I had sat by the water only a moment before, I suddenly missed it terribly. For the next few weeks, the storms would grow worse and worse, making it impossible to travel close to the shore without being swallowed by the waves. They would rage uncontrollably until the morning when the clouds would part overhead, allowing for a brief ray of sunlight to peek through, a sign that the time to sacrifice a bride had come. What makes the sea god so angry? I asked my grandmother, who had stopped to gaze out across the dark water. Is it us? She turned to me then, strong emotion in her brown eyes. The sea god isn't angry, Mina. He's lost. He's waiting, in his palace far beyond this world, for someone brave enough to find him. Dun dun dun! I wonder who that could be. Could it be our main character?
Could it be the FMC?
The FMC? Oh, wow. Can you stop dying every 2 seconds?
I need to crack my spine. This trigger warning for bones popping. Sorry.
That was a deep pop.
It always is. It's always wonderful.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Snap, crackle, pop. Oh, goodness. That feels better. Time to stretch out.
I sat up and gasped in a lungful of air. Last I remember, I was falling through the sea, yet I'm no longer underwater. It's as if I've woken up inside the belly of a cloud. A white fog covers the world, making it difficult to see past my knees.
Her knees are gone. I can't feel my legs.
Standing, I wince as my dress, dried and brittle with salt, scrapes against my skin. Oh, that must feel uncomfortable. From the folds of my skirt topples my great-great-grandmother's knife, clattering against the wooden floorboards.
What an entrance.
Hey. As I reach to pick it up, a flutter of color catches my eye. Wrapped around my left palm, over the wound I cut to make my vow to the sea god, is a ribbon. A bright red ribbon of silk. One end circles my hand, but the other blooms from the center of my palm outward, leading into the mist. Hey! Ha! Ha!
Oh boy.
A ribbon floating on air. I've never seen anything like it, yet I know what it must be. The red string of fate.
I love this.
Yay.
I always love the red string.
According
Fate
to my
story.
grandmother's stories, the red string of fate ties a person to her destiny. Some even believe that it ties you to the one person your heart most desires most. June, ever the romantic, believed this to be true. He said he knew when he met Chiang for the first time that his life would never be the same, that he felt in the way his hand tugged in the direction of hers. Oh my gosh, let me reread that. That he felt in the way his hand tugged in the direction of hers, the subtle pull of fate. Bro met her, and he was like,
This is so cute.
I'm in love. And yet, the red string of fate is invisible in the mortal world. The bright red ribbon before me is decidedly not invisible, which means I am no longer in the mortal world. As if sensing my thoughts, the ribbon gives a firm tug. Who tugging it? Who tugging it? Nah, 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 nah.
I said, hey, she got it right. Come here.
Someone or something is pulling me from the other side, from within the mist, from within the fog.
You ever seen the movie The Mist?
Yes, I have.
This is no good.
Fear attempts to grab hold of me, and I squash it with a stubborn shake of my head. Hey, yo. She said, no. No. The other brides endured this, and I must too if I am to be a worthy replacement for Shem Chi-Yong. The dragon accepted me, but until I speak with the sea god, I won't know whether my village is truly safe. At least I am more prepared than most, armed as I am with my knife and my grandmother's stories.
Yes. I'd like you to meet my friends. Knife and generational trauma.
Who is she, Percy Jackson? Going up
You know
against a
what?
sea god with a knife
You know
and
what?
a dream.
Yup. He went against the god of war with nothing but a little sword and some smack talk. So maybe she can do the same.
Oh, goodness. The ribbon flutters in the air, beckoning me forward. This is...
Come here.
Come here. I take a step, and the ribbon alights against my palm in a spark of stars. Tucking my knife inside my short jacket, I follow the ribbon into the white fog. All around me, the world is still and silent. I slide my bare feet against the smooth wooden slats of the floor. I reach out my hand, and my fingers brush something solid, a railing. I thought it was going to be something else. I was like, I didn't know this was a horror book. I must be on a bridge. The path slopes at a shallow decline, giving way to cobblestone streets. Here the air is thicker, warmer, filled with an aroma of mouth-watering scents. Oh, she hungry. She food-motivated.
All these main characters.
They're food-motivated. Out of the fog looms a line of carts. The closest is stacked high with dumplings and bamboo steamers. Oh,
Yep.
no, I'm getting hungry. I'm now getting hungry. I want dumplings. Another cart holds salted fish, strung up by their tails. A third is spread with sweets, candied chestnuts, and flat cakes of sugar and cinnamon. Every cart is abandoned, no peddlers in sight. I squint, trying to make out the darker shapes, but every shadow turns out to be just another cart, a chain of them, stretching onward into the mist. You want your food? Leaving the carts behind. She didn't even try to take anything. She's apparently not food motivated. Interesting.
What a switch up.
What a switch up. Leaving the carts behind, I enter a long alleyway lined with restaurants. Never mind, there's still a chance. Smoke from cooking fires wafts through open doorways. A glimpse through the nearest one reveals a room laid out with tables spread with dishes of food ranging from small bowls of spices to large platters of roasted fowl and fish. Bright cushions are arranged haphazardly across about the tables, as if revelers had been sitting comfortably, enjoying their meals only minutes before. At the entrance, pairs of neatly placed sandals and slippers are lined up in a row. Patrons went into the restaurant, but they didn't come out. Hey. I back away from
This looks promising.
I back away from the doorway. Carts without owners, cooking fires without cooks, shoes without people, a city of ghosts. There's a soft breath of laughter against my neck. Back the freak away. I turn around abruptly, but there's no one there. Still, I feel as if there are eyes on me, unseen and watchful. What sort of place is this? It's not like any of the stories my grandmother told me of the Sea God City. a place where spirits and lesser gods gather, enjoy and celebration. I mean, there it could definitely be celebration. There's food. The fog covers the realm like a cloak, muffling sight and sound. I cross over short arched bridges and down abandoned streets. Everything around me colorless and dull, but for the ribbon, achingly bright as it cuts through the fog. How did the sea god's brides feel, walking to a realm of fog with only a bright ribbon as a guide? There were many who came before me. There was Soa, who had the loveliest eyes, framed by dark lashes that looked as if they were coated in a heavy layer of soot. Any place with food is a celebration for me. Amen. 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 There was Wool, who stood as tall as any man, with strong, handsome features and a laughing mouth. And there was Hieri, who could swim the span of the great river twice over, and who broke 100 hearts when she left to wed the sea god. Hey, yo, that's quite the lineup.
She had options. Is
She
what
had
I'm
options.
hearing.
Soa, Wool, Hieri, Mina. My name sounds small against theirs, these girls who always seemed larger than life. They traveled from far away to marry the sea god, from villages closer to the capital, even from the capital in the case of Wool. They were girls who would never have ventured to our backwater village in any other life than the one that forced them to give up their own. These girls, these young women, they were all older than me, 18 when they left to be brides. Okay, so she's not 18 yet, so I'm guessing like 16 or something.
Yeah.
They walked the same path as I walk now. I wonder if they were nervous or afraid, or if hope made fools of them all. After what seems like hours of walking, good lord, I turn a corner and step out onto a wide boulevard. The fog is thinner here. For once, I can see where the ribbon leads. It flits down the length of the boulevard, floating up a grand sweep of stairs and vanishing through the open doors of a massive red and gold gate. With its ornate pillars and gilded roof, this can be none other than the entrance to the sea god's palace. I hurry forward. The ribbon begins to sparkle and hum, as if it can sense my nearness to the end. I reach the stairs and take one step, then another. I'm about to pass through the threshold of the gate when a sound catches my ear. The soft chime of a bell, faint enough that if the world hadn't been blanketed in silence, I might not have heard it. The sound came from somewhere to my left, down the stairs and back into the labyrinth of streets. My eldest brother, Sung, thinks all wind chimes sound the same, but I think he just doesn't have the patience to listen. Dang, she clocked him. The clanking of bronze baubles against seashells sounds different from the tapping of tin against copper bells. The wind, too, has varying degrees of temperament. When it's angry, the chimes make a sharp, shrilling sound. When it's happy, the chimes clink together in a lively dance. This sound, though, is different. Low, melancholy. I step back down the stairs. The ribbon doesn't resist, but grows in length, trailing after me. I can hear my grandmother's voice in my ear. There are rules to the world of spirits, Mina. Choose carefully which ones you break. Don't break any, just choose carefully which ones you want to break.
So be careful, make sure you don't do anything you'd regret. It's like, if you're going to break one, make sure you break the right one.
Hey, I love this grandma already. I've met her for 2 chapters and I already like her.
She's like, I didn't raise an idiot.
There is a reason this city is veiled in mist. There is a reason I can only travel through it by way of a ribbon of fate. But the sound of the chime was close, and the truth is, I think I've heard it before. Hey, girl! Hey, don't follow the bell in the mist, please. The sound leads me to the doorway of a small shop off the boulevard. I brush aside the rough curtain and step inside, gasping at the wondrous sight. The shop is filled with hundreds upon hundreds of wind chimes. They cover the walls and hang from the ceiling like teardrops. Some of the charms are round and small, made from seashells, acorns, and tin stars. Other are large waterfalls of golden bells. And yet, as within the white fog, there is no wind in the shop. But I could have sworn I heard a sound. My eyes are drawn to the far wall, where a gap at the center displays a single wind chime. A star, a moon, and a copper bell are threaded on a thin bamboo string. It's a simple construction for a chime. I recognize it immediately. I carved the star from a piece of driftwood and the moon from a beautiful white seashell I found on the beach. The bell I purchased from a traveling bell maker, pestering him as I rang each bell inside his cart one after another. I wouldn't settle until I found the perfect sound. She said, ding, 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 ding. I spent a week crafting the chime. I meant to hang it above my niece's cradle so she could hear the wind, but she was born too early. If she'd been born in the autumn, she would have lived. But as everyone knows, all children born during the storms never Okay, but as everyone knows, all children born during the storms never survive past the first breath. Sung was heartbroken. We are 18 pages in. We already have a dead infant.
I don't have high hopes. I'm just gonna put it out there.
So now it's time to see how dark a YA fantasy can get.
Oh, they can get dark.
Oh yeah, I'm clearly
They can get
18
dark.
pages in and we've already got a dead infant. In a rage I've never felt before or seen, in a rage I've never felt before or since, I took the charm to the cliffs outside our village and pitched it over the edge. I watched as it fell and shattered upon the rocks. The last I saw the chime, it was in pieces as they were swept away into the sea. All around me the chimes in the shop begin to jingle, somehow swaying in the windless air until the shop is a clamor of cacophonous sounds.
This
Hey,
feels like a saw trap.
I didn't expect my cozy, pretty little Korean fantasy to be scary. What the heck? Wind chimes ringing without wind mean there are spirits about. Chi-Ji.
I mean, you have a point.
Chi-Ji.
That is a fair thing to assume.
Chi-Ji. Good game, guys. I exit the shop. She just leaves. I exit the shop. The sound
Smart
of
girl,
the
smart
chimes
girl.
dampened to my ears. If there are spirits here and they're invisible watching, what do they see when they look at me? I walk fast. She's just looking at me.
I'm out.
Bye-bye. The night is long and the ribbon is a weight against my hand. Beyond the gate is one grand courtyard after another. I look at none of them. After the fifth, I'm running. She said bye. Bye-bye.
It's been real.
I step through the final gate, climb the stone steps, and enter the throne room of the sea god, stopping only then to catch my breath. Moonlight filters through breaks in the raftered ceiling, slanting broken light across a great hall. The twilight gloom of the fog is muted here, but still the eerie silence remains. No servants rush out to greet me. No guards move to block my path. The red string of fate ripples. Slowly it begins to shift from a bright, sparkling crimson to a deep blood red. Hey, it leads me to the end of the hall where a massive mural of the dragon chasing a pearl across the sky frames the throne on a dais?
Where?
Days?
Dais. I
Dais?
think. I could be very wrong, but
Dais? I'm just going to say that. Slumped over the throne, his face shadowed by a magnificent crown, is the sea god. Hey.
dear God, here we go.
He's dressed in beautiful blue robes, stitched silver dragons climbing up the fabric. Around his left hand is the end of my ribbon. I wait for the spark of recognition in my soul. According to myth, the red string of fate ties a person to her destiny. Some even believe that it ties you to the person your heart desires most. Is the sea god's tied somehow to my destiny? Does my heart desire him most? There's a sharp pain in my chest, but it's not love. It's darker, hotter, and infinitely stronger. I hate him. She beefing.
Oh my God, it's weird. I know he's so
We don't know that yet. We don't know this specifically.
Nobody can have hope.
We can have hope. I take a step, and then he's in a coma. He's in a
Oh,
coma.
shoot, I forgot about that. I was like waiting for some like witty banter. Like I was ready.
He's comatose.
He's comatose.
I take a step, and then another. My hand that holds the ribbon close to my chest and comes away with the knife. Stabby, stabby. What would the world be like without the sea god?
She's like, imagine a world without you.
She's choosing violence. Would we still
Actually, I think her great grandma chose violence.
just
She
a
went,
little bit.
"Go for it."
However, she's choosing to walk in her great grandma's stead.
She said, "Go for it, honey. Proud of you."
Would we still suffer the storms that rise out of nothing to wreck our boats and drown our fields? Would we still suffer the loss of our loved ones to famine and sickness because the lesser gods can't or won't hear our prayers, fearful as they are of the sea god's wrath? In quotation marks, meaning she is saying this out loud. What would happen if I were to kill you now?
It's a good thing you don't hear.
As the words echo in the vast hall, I realize these are the first words I've spoken aloud since arriving in the sea god's realm, and they're words of hate. My anger swells up like an unstoppable wave. I would kill you now and sever the ties of our fate. My words are reckless. Who am I to defy a god? But there's a terrible ache inside me that needs to know. He's just sleeping.
It's like that was it from Gravity Falls. Like the guy's like on the floor saying, "He's just resting."
He's just resting. Why do you curse us? Why do you look away when we cry and scream for your help? Why have you abandoned us? I choke on these last words. The figure on the throne doesn't answer. That magnificent crown he wears leans so far forward over his face that it shadows his eyes. I take the last few steps to the dais. Reaching out, I remove the crown from the sea god's head. It slips from my fingers to land with a thud against the silk carpet. I lift my eyes to look upon the face of the god of all gods. The sea god is a boy, no older than myself. Oh God.
Here we go. Here we go. Who could have foreseen this? Really? My age? Shocking. Shocking.
He's asleep for the whole thing, though. It says she has to wake him up.
Yeah, but she can wake him up like halfway through the book. It doesn't say he's asleep the whole time. Guarantees it's gonna be like chapter 5 and it's like he's awake.
I'd highly doubt that. His skin is smooth, unmarred. His hair flops against his forehead, curling around slender ears, one pierced through with a golden thorn. His eyelashes are noticeably long.
Why are you like on me reading this? I just looked at the screen and you're like,
sorry, I haven't seen you in forever.
Like over the books like this far from my face.
Ow!
That was all you.
Yes, I'm aware. However, it was worth it.
Ah, my sock's coming off.
The dogs are out.
The dogs actually aren't out. It's still my sock on.
Anyways. His eyelashes are noticeably long in the way they fall across his cheeks, dusky and misted. Dusky and misted.
Look at him all dusty.
I watch
How
as
long has he been asleep?
probably for years, for centuries even.
He probably is old dusty.
I watch as his mouth parts, letting out a soft sigh of breath. He's asleep. My hand tightens around the handle of my knife.
He said, "Now's my chance."
I don't know what I expected, but it's not him. A boy who appears so human. He could be a neighbor or a friend. I watch as a tear slips down his face, catching on his lip before falling over his chin and sliding down his neck. Why are you crying? I growl. Do you think your tears will break my will? Brooke's crying.
God, she's like,
Good Lord.
I like her.
Goodness. I can feel it breaking. She's like, you think you can break your will? And she's like, don't let them know. Don't let them know. I am not like June, who has a gentle heart. I can be stubborn and cruel. I can be bitter and resentful. I want to be all those things now because they keep me brave. They keep me angry. And don't I deserve to be angry after all that he's done to my village, to my family? But the expression on the sea god's face matches Shim Cheong's on the boat. There's such loneliness there and a deep, unbearable sadness. A traitorous thought slips into my mind, and I wonder, is it you that makes the world cry, or the world that makes you cry? Oh.
I'm writing that down. I'm putting it in my notes app. Wait, hold
There
on.
you
Yeah.
go.
Hold on. I'll take a picture. Wait. I see it. I'm gonna put that in my quotes, like notes app.
My legs give out beneath me, and I sink to the floor. So much has happened in a night, from discovering June was missing to chasing him in the rain to jumping into the sea. By now, June will have returned to Cheong to the village and told her family what I've done. I know my sister-in-law will weep, and my heart aches knowing that I've caused her further grief. My eldest brother will want to scour the sea in search of me, unable to accept that he can no longer protect me. As for my grandmother, she'll have faith that I've entered the spirit realm, and that I'm on my way to meet the sea god at this very moment. And what would the sea god's bride do when she's found him? I stood with my grandmother in the small seaside temple. It was the first night of the storms, and the rain patterned on the clay tiles of the rooftop. She would show him her heart. I frowned. And how would she do that? If you were to show the sea god your heart, what would it look like? My eyes caught on the old assortment of items left on the shrine, offerings from the children of the village, a seashell, a windflower, a curiously shaped stone. Reaching forward, I picked up the tail feather of a magpie. Brides don't often travel with gifts for the sea god, my grandmother chided. Use your voice. But I have nothing to say. End the storms, protect my family, watch over us all. He has done none of these things. Tears pricked the corner of my eyes. My grandmother patted the rush mat, and I sank to my knees beside her. Gently, she took my hand in her own. You remind me so much of myself when I was your age. After much loss, grief, and disappointment were rooted deep in my heart. It was my own grandmother, great-great-grandma, who had the knife, who took me to this very same shrine. She was a lot like you, incredibly fierce and devoted to those she loved. It was not the first time my grandmother likened me to hers, and I instinctively reached for my knife, comforted by its weight against my chest. It was she who taught me the song that I'll pass on to you now. I have to sing?
I'm sure you could just speak it.
But that's no fun. In the sea god's hall, I rise to my feet. The melody my grandmother used to sing to me, I sing it for the sea god now.
Did you just want to kill him?
Listen, she's going through it. Leave her be. Beneath the sea, the dragon sleeps. What is he dreaming of? Beneath the sea, the dragon sleeps. When will he wake? On a dragon's pearl, your wish will leap. On a dragon's pearl, your wish will leap. The echo of my voice fills the hall. Tears slip down my cheeks, and I brush them away with the back of my fist. The myths of my people say only a true bride of the sea god can bring an end to his insatiable wrath. I may not be the chosen bride, but it is too much to hope that a girl like me, a girl with nothing but herself to give, could be the sea god's true bride? I catch a subtle shift out of the corner of my eye. The sea god's fingers twitch, the barest tremble of movement. I reach out my hand toward his. The red string of fate, as if sensing the immensity of the moment, pulls taut, and I wonder, hope like the fluttering of a bird's wings, if my life's about to change. A voice like steel cuts through the silence. That's enough.
I swear to God, if he's already awake, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Oh, it's definitely not him.
Okay.
Because the third chapter starts with 3 masked figures.
Oh.
Would you like to read 2 chapters now?
Sure. How long is this one? Yes, 7. Oh, these pages are thicker than I thought they were. Alright. Chapter 3. 3 masked figures stand below the dais, positioned in a half circle like the arc of a crescent moon. The space of the hall is cavernous, and yet I'd heard no sign of their approach. Clouds pass overhead, sealing off the light from the rafters and sweeping a curtain of darkness over the hall. It eludes two of the figures, those positioned nearest the throne, enveloping the third standing apart from the others. The last glimpse I have of him before he's consumed by darkness is the curve of a pale cheek.
Hold on. I want to read over your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Let me move. Scoot.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Your hair is in my way. Anyways, I'm sorry.
I can't.
Since
control
I don't
that.
have a book, since she has my book, I want to read along.
Okay. What's this? The figure on the right flips a dagger into the air and catches it.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
What?
No, I feel threatened. You're attracted.
Listen, you got
I
that, like,
feel
you got
threat-
the skill.
No, he has a knife.
You just heard me be over here like, are we getting enemies to lovers type thing, and you're surprised by this.
He's in a coma. He's asleep.
So it leaves the opportunity for another person. A magpie lost in a storm? Or is she another bride of the sea god? His low voice is muffled beneath the cloth mask. Are you a bride or are you a bird? I don't like that question.
Exactly, and you were like, ooh, 2 seconds ago.
I lick my lips tasting salt. Are you a friend or are you a foe? If I'm a friend, then I'm a bride. If I'm a foe, are you? Perhaps I'm a foe who'd like to be a friend. He tilts his head.
Stop. Lock in.
I am locking it.
Clearly not.
He tilts his head and a dark curl falls across his eyes. Okay, I feel like now they're trying to set this up. This time it's not me.
Lock in.
And perhaps you're a bird who'd like to be a bride. Okay, now he's trying to clock her. It's close enough to the truth that I win. Oh, there it is. He clocked her.
Got him.
The elders in my village have a saying: a magpie may dream it's a crane, but never will it be one. I see, the figure on the left murmurs. Black clad, like the first, with hair that reaches past his shoulders, his eyes, an odd light brown, move from my half-unraveled braid to my rough cotton dress. You were never meant to be the sea god's bride. Wow.
Dang.
Unlike the curly-haired youth, this young man holds no weapons. Only, curiously, a wooden bird cage slung over his shoulder by a rope. The elders of your village select the bride a year before the ritual. She is always extraordinary in either skill or beauty.
Dang. Dang.
What kind of backwards insult is this?
Hey, yo.
Preferably both the one with the dagger.
He said,
God.
he said, you suck.
Yeah, he said, clearly, you're not it. It is not an honor bestowed upon the common, the weak, or the rash. So tell me, no one's bride, who chose you?
Is this the kind of banner you wanted?
I'll take it.
He said, ugly, disgusting, rank.
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's funny.
No one's bride. That's crazy.
So tell me, no one's bride, who chose you? If the curly-haired youth wields a blade for a weapon, the cold-eyed stranger brandishes words. For all of my many blessings, a loving family, courage, and health, I have neither beauty nor talent. I can imagine how upon June and Cheong's return, the elders must have raged in disbelief and cursed my willfulness. But they weren't there, on the boat. They didn't feel the sharp spray of water, the heart-stopping fear when a loved one is in danger. I may be rash, common, perhaps, but I am not weak. I chose myself. The third figure in the back shifts his feet. Weary of him, I notice the subtle movement. Strangely, so do my two interrogators. Though they face me with their backs to him, they tilt their heads inward, waiting for a signal. He doesn't speak, and they ease back into position. Oh, good lord, we got the main mean girl in the group. The first boy crosses his arms, tucking the dagger against the side of his chest. Don't you think it's romantic? Kieran?
Kieran?
I'm gonna say Kieran.
Kieran?
I like that name. It's a nice name. A young, ordinary magpie hopes to save her kind from a terrible dragon, so she agrees to marry him. In time, she discovers that he's caught in a powerful enchantment, the root of his destructive nature. The brave, clever magpie finds a way to break the curse and in turn falls in love with the dragon, and he with her. Pieces restored to the sky, land, and sea. A grand tale if I've ever heard one. I'll call it The Dragon and the Magpie.
Namgi?
Namgi.
Namgi.
No Namgi, the cool-eyed stranger, Kieran draws. I don't think it's romantic. He's so, like...
He's such a bee. He's such a meanie.
Namgi responds to Kieran with an insult, and Kieran follows with his own rude rejoinder. This must be a routine of theirs, because their exchange grows quite colorful. I ignore them, concentrating instead on the story the first boy just told. My grandmother always says to pay attention to stories, for there are often truths hidden within. It is a curse, then. Namgi and Kieran cease their quarrel, returning to their attention to me. The sea god hasn't abandoned his people. He's under a curse. I have no control over how others might measure my worth, but stories and myths I'm familiar with. Stories and myths are my blood and breath. And for this one, I can already see a pattern forming. Like a melody. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Like a melody woven through myth. The dragon appears to deliver the sea god's bride safely to his realm. The world is covered in mist, and the red string of fate guides them to the palace. Yet, why have none of the brides succeeded in their task? It's almost as if the melody was cut short, as if, when they finally arrived to finish the story, an enemy arose to stop them. The sea god cries out. I gasp. What? The sea god cries out. I gasp. An unfamiliar feeling grips my heart like a knot cinching tight. The red string of fate heats in my hand. Behind me, a floorboard creaks. I twist around. Namgi and Kieran have moved. They still hold the same position, Namgi with his arms crossed over his chest, Kieran motionless with the birdcage, but they're closer by 3 steps. I'm so concerned about defending who I am, a stranger in a strange world. But who are they? What sort of men wear masks? Those who wish to remain unremembered. Thieves, assassins.
Oh, God. It's been 3 chapters! Calm down!
It's time, Kieran says to Namgi.
Absolutely not.
Uncrossing his arms, Namgi brings the dagger to his side. Sorry, Magpie. You shouldn't put so much faith in stories. I still hold my knife. I take the defensive stance my grandmother taught me. Of course she did.
She says, I will stab you.
Of course her grandmother taught her.
Leave her grandma alone. Her grandma's the only thing keeping her alive right now. Her grandma knew how to clock in.
Blade angled against the threat. Stay back. There's another sharp twist, and I grit my teeth through the pain. I can't think clearly. Did they kill all the brides before me? My hand trembles. In a pinch, I might be clever with a knife, but I'm no warrior. 2 against 1, 3 including the figure still in shadows. Kieran turns his face, dismissing me. You should have never come, no one's bride. This dude is so mean.
Bro.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Calm down, Namgi. Why is this happening? Is the sea god rejecting me? I'm at the point I can't take this seriously. Because I'm not Shimcheon, because I'm not the sea god's bride. All of this began with her. June risked his life because he couldn't accept losing her, and I risked mine because I couldn't accept losing him. And Shimcheon, what couldn't she accept? I can see her clearly as she stood on the boat, confronting her fate in the form of the dragon rising up out of the sea. A fate she never asked for, a fate she refused. On the throne, the boy god thrashes from side to side. He's still asleep, his eyes squeezed shut. The red string of fate lashes out, searing me. With a desperate leap, I reach for the sea god. At the same time, there's a shout behind me. I ignore it, grabbing the sea god's hand and gripping tight. The red string of fate disappears between our clasped palms, and then I'm abruptly pulled forward into a blinding light.
I see Jesus.
Jesus took the wheel.
Jesus took the wheel.
Jesus took the wheel and went, yoink.
Yoink.
I'm met with a flurry of images, moving too quickly to make sense of. A cliff by the sea, a golden city burning in a valley. Oh. Crimson robes on the ground. Oh. Darkened with blood. Oh. Colossal shadow. Oh.
Hey. Calm down.
This is not looking promising.
This is not looking promising at all.
I look up. The dragon descends from above, clutching a pearl in one giant talon, as if holding the moon. Then I'm torn from the images, my hand ripped from the sea gods. The third assassin grips my wrist, and it's as if I'm still in the sea god's dreams, because I can almost believe I see the dragon reflected in his dark eyes. Ooh. Then he releases me, stepping back. I struggle to hold on to the images in the dream, or were they memories? The cliffs are familiar. They stretch all along the coast. The city must be the capital, though all the messengers who come through our village bring only news of the conqueror's triumphs, not of war or destruction. As for the robes, the sea gods are silver and blue. Those images, I shake my head, trying to concentrate. It felt like I was seeing them through the sea god's eyes. I'm surprised when the assassin responds. They're from his nightmare. Every year he has the same one. Every year? He's
That's
the same
awful.
one.
That's awful. He's just constantly having the same nightmare over and over again.
Then there truly is a connection to the sea god's bride. The power to lift the curse lies within her. God, you wanted to kill him not so long ago. I glanced sharply at the assassin. He and the others must have been in the hall when I arrived, and they saw me raise my knife. Why didn't they stop me? I don't think they mean to harm the sea god. Otherwise, they would have attacked him, vulnerable as he is in his sleep. Like Namgi and Kieran, the third assassin is dressed in thin cotton robes, a blue so dark it appears black. Even with the mask, his youth is undeniable. Smooth skin, a strong, lean body. He can't be much older than 17.
Good God.
Can we have like an adult somewhere here?
It's YA, you know the tropes.
I am not allowed.
Besides, if for some reason the sea god is like a teenager, they just might all decide to look younger. Because why not?
Yeah.
They
Am
can
I-
do whatever they want.
Am I not allowed to be angry? I say curtly. My people have suffered much because of the sea god's abandonment, because of its neglect, and other gods have turned away from us. I think of my grandmother, calling me to the shrine to pray. I think of the wind chime I made for my niece, dashed upon the rocks. And then another memory calls from deep within me, of a dark forest and a winding path. I shake my head, willing away the images.
Hey, Dark Forest, what the freak?
No lore drop? Question mark?
No Lord Drop.
But that was before I came here, where nothing is as I expected, nor is he what I expected.
Everyone is
Everyone's
spicy.
so
Everyone is
feisty.
so spicy.
On the,
Clocking each other.
on the throne, the sea god sleeps, peaceful after the tumult only moments before. He is not the cruel and spiteful deity I envisioned, but a boy god, asleep and crying in his dreams.
Good God.
She really said, man, he ain't that bad. So this is what I was afraid of. I didn't run to the beach to become the sea god's bride, but to save my brother. But I am here now. And if there's a chance I can save not only him, but everyone, then I have to try. And maybe when this is all over, I can go home, but to my village, to my family. My heart yearns at the thought. If it is a curse that plagues him, then I will find a way to break it. The sea god lets out a gentle sigh. Between us, the red string of fate flutters, and feeling like hope steals into my heart. You're just like all the other brides, the dark-eyed boy says softly. I turn to find that he stepped back, his eyes downcast. Humans tell myths to explain what they cannot understand. This is true.
This is true.
This is very true. He lifts his gaze. His eyes were like the deepest part of the sea, cold and unknowable. I realize his eyes do more to hide his thoughts than his mask does to hide his face.
Oh,
Oh,
bars! I fear.
dang! Why does this book have such good lines?
What? It's got some really good one-liners.
I know. But I can explain it to you, he continues. Your people suffer not because of any great will of the gods, but because of their own violent acts. They wage the wars that burn the forests and fields. They spill the blood that pollutes the rivers and streams. To blame the gods is to blame the land itself. Look upon your reflection to find your enemy.
Ah! All right, Axio. I see you.
I was unaware of your game.
I was unaware of your aura.
My goodness.
Goodness.
We're only on page 30, and we've got like 4 quotes from this thing. Good
Oh
lord.
my gosh.
Look upon your reflection to find your enemy. His words rang out across the hall with a bone-chilling truth. I feel as if I'm back in the sea, the icy water pulling me deeper and deeper. You will fail, like all the brides before you, he says. No dragon to save me, no hope to hold on to, the world above winking out like a star. It is inevitable, he looks away. It is your fate. My fate. The feeling of drowning ceases. This fate was never mine to begin with. I claimed it for myself when I jumped into the sea. But even before then, I wasn't the one who changed the pattern of the story. It was Shimcheon, who denied her fate when she wouldn't let go of June. At least, isn't that why she turned from the dragon? I brushed away the thought. I might not understand Shimcheon's motives, but I do know my own.
Could you imagine if she makes it back to the world and Shim Chiong just like broke up with her brother?
I'm like, I'd kill her.
I'd be so
I'd
mad.
take that knife. I'd be like, you had one job. You're right, I say. The boy's eyes flip back, narrowing as I speak. I am like the other brides. I know what it is to love someone you would do anything to protect. Who are you to say what my fate is, if I am to fail or if I am to succeed? My fate is not yours to decide. My fate belongs to me. Oh! Clock it! Clock it! The boy watches me, a slight crease in his brow.
How can she see this from the freaking underneath the freaking mask? Hold on.
I don't know.
Is it just like really big eye holes?
Namgi whistles low. Never thought I'd see the great Lord. Wait. Never thought I'd see the great Lord Sheen of Lotus House speechless for a sea god's bride. What a name! Lord Shin of Lotus House. Interesting.
Listen, they got complicated statuses back in those days.
A nobleman.
A nobleman.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Though undoubtedly the youngest of the three, Kieran and Namgi seem to defer to him in all things. Lord Sheen, Kieran says, low, urgently, the fog lifts. His eyes are raised skyward.
What do you mean the fog lifts?
The mist.
What does that mean?
His eyes are raised skyward where moonlight breaches the rafters, bathing the hall in light. Shin steps back. Keep your fate, sea god's bride. It has nothing to do with me. He reaches to his side and pulls a sword from its scabbard. The metallic glide is deafening in the silent hall. My name is Mina. He pauses. Get it, girl. My name is Mina. He pauses. I am not sea god's bride, or no one's bride, or magpie. I say, I have a name, chosen by my grandmother to give me cleverness and strength. I know who I am, and I know what I must do. I raise my great-great-grandmother's knife, and I will not let you take my life. Get it, girl. Get it,
Mina. Get it, Mina.
Reaching up, Shin tugs at his mask. The cloth slips, pulling around his neck. Mina, he says, and my traitor's heart skips a beat.
Oh, Christ. So this
What
might,
did I say?
So this might be.
What did I say?
This. I never did.
I've read
I
too
never
many
d-
YA
I
fantasy.
never denied that there would be a enemies to lovers. I just didn't think it would be the sea god because he's supposed to be comatose the whole time. You thought it was going to be sea god. I didn't think that.
Yeah, but you're just like, are you doing all this? And like the way they're describing it, like, I feel like they're trying to make it like you want to root for him. What did I say? The sea god's bride. I swallow thickly. His voice without the mask is clear and warm. He has beautiful features, a straight nose, and soft lips. With his sea dark eyes, he's breathtaking. Girl, lock in.
Hey, she's still locked in. She's still got a knife.
I told you, the banter, it's already starting. It's already starting.
Are we complaining though?
No, it's funny. It may not be like the, oh, type of banter, but it is very funny.
Yes, it is.
I won't take your life. A painful hope blooms within me. Just your soul.
Hey, this is the kind of banner you wanted.
Yes, it is.
It's like I won't take your life. Just your soul.
Just your soul.
Just your soul.
I won't take your life. Just your soul. Wrapping his hand around my wrist, he twists. Oh! The knife clatters to the floor. With his other hand, he raises his sword and plunges it down.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! These guys are
This is not
ruthless.
banner. This is
just murder.
This is just
This
violence.
This is not playful banter. This is aggravated murder.
This is aggravated assault.
With his other hand, he raises his sword and plunges it downward. I scream. The piercing sound abruptly cuts off as his sword connects with the ribbon. He slices clean through the red string of fate. I gape, watching the slow fall of the severed ribbon like two halves of a broken feather. How is this possible? For a brief second, all is silent and still. Then my scream rushes back, but the desperate sound bursts not from my mouth, but from outside my body in the air above. The scream swirls and... what does that say?
Coalesces.
Sure, and coalesces, a mass of bright colors whirling together. The ribbon slips from my hand, rising, followed closely by the sea god's half of the ribbon. Together they wrap around the scream, forming a dazzling sphere of light. Shin steps forward, his hand outstretched, then a brilliant flash of color. In the aftermath, I blink away stars, and my ears pick up a wondrous sound, unexpected in this desolate hall, a bird's cheerful warbling. Cradled in the center of Shin's palm, its wings fold snugly against its sides, a beautiful magpie with red wingtips.
Frick just happened.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew what just happened. The magpie coos in the palm of Shin's hand.
We're on chapter 4, by the way.
Yeah, chapter 4. Unlike the black and white magpies that flit about my village, the magpie's wing tips shimmer a vibrant shade of red, the exact color of the red string of fate. The magpie flutters its wings, and I feel a strange ache in my chest. Kieran approaches, his long strides eating up the short distance. He lifts the wooden bird cage, and Shin gently places the magpie inside. The bird does not always going to use the bird as leverage. Oh,
I'm confused.
Why
Why bird?
see what's happening here.
Why bird?
He lifts it's her soul.
I know, but why? How did this happen?
Why a magpie? Don't ask me that.
Burp.
He lifts the wooden bird cage and Shin gently places the magpie inside. The bird doesn't seem to mind its imprisonment, content to hop up and down the cylinder perch that spans the width of the small cage.
He's just happy to be alive.
He's like, "Hey guys."
Hey, what's up?
As Kieran ties closed the door with a piece of bamboo string, Shin turns away, sliding his sword back into its scabbard. I point to the birdcage. Where did that magpie come from? No sound comes from my mouth. Where did that? Nothing. No sound. No voice. Okay, Ariel. What's happening? I press my fingers to my throat. My pulse beats strong. What's going on? I can feel the words, the familiar vibrations. Why can't I hear myself? Your soul is a magpie. I gathered that.
So we know, but why can't she talk?
I look to where Namgi grins at me from the bottommost step, having pulled the mask down from his face. What do you mean? He doesn't have to hear my words to read my expression. Sauntering over to Kieran, he bends down to peer into the cage. When Shin severed the red string of fate, it took your soul. For you, your soul is tied to your voice. It's not unexpected with singers and storytellers. My soul. He grabs a knuckle against the wooden bars, causing the magpie's head to ruffle its red-tipped wings. A temporary state of being, nothing too serious. Imagine it like missing every third heartbeat.
Huh?
Nothing too serious.
What? Just don't mind your heart murmur. It's fine.
I blanch. That, in fact, sounding very serious.
Just a little bit.
Kieran tugs the cage out of Namgi's grasp. At the end of the month, come to the south gate of Lotus House. His voice is dull, as if he's said these same words many times before. A servant will deliver your soul to you. You will not be responsible for what might happen should you fail to appear. Okay. Hey. I struggle to understand.
Me too, girl.
Me too. How different is it to believe in myths that... How different it is to believe in myths than it is to live inside one. I'm loving these little lines.
Oh my goodness.
If I am to trust their words, my soul is a magpie and somehow outside my body. Yet I feel no different than when I first woke up in this world. Perhaps a bit salt-stained and bone-weary, but nothing compared to what I'd imagine losing a soul might feel like. One less heartbeat a minute. A chasm as wide as the world inside you. Lord Shin, Kieran calls out. With your permission, Namgi and I will return to Lotus House. So we're alone with this lord? Shin straightens from where he's been leaning to pick something up off the floor. You have my thanks, Kieran. I'll join you shortly. Kieran bows, followed closely by Namgi. They turn to leave. The magpie shrills a warning. Wait, I shout, but as before, I make no sound. They sprint from the hall, taking with them the magpie. My soul. Soon they're gone. Tell them to come back. I rush up the steps to grab onto Shin's arm. Through the thin fabric of his shirt, I can feel the warmth of his body. Oh my god, girl, lock in. I can feel the warmth of his body, the jump of his muscles, his muscle flexing in response. He turns, the glint of a blade in his right hand. I stumble back and lift my arm. When no attack follows, I look up. He watches me with one brow raised, proffering my knife out to me, handle first. After the trouble I went through to take your soul, he says, mockingly, you think I'd kill you now?
I don't know. Is there a difference? You took my soul.
I mean, it just do like a shing.
Bunk.
Pulled a psycho on me. His sardonic tone makes me bristle with anger. I didn't think it would matter. To someone like you, what is a body without a soul? His eyes immediately move downward, and I grip my teeth to keep from blushing. Girl.
And so it begins.
Girl.
And so it begins. Listen. In my defense, if I saw a hot guy in front of me, despite of what is happening, I too would feel the same way.
I'll show you something later.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Remember when I was talking to you and saying you had to get into Bad Omens? And then I showed you Noah Sebastian? There's another band.
Okay.
I'll
Continue
show you
book.
I'll show you in a little bit. Because right now, all I'm envisioning is the lead singer of that band as this guy.
Listen, you can't say that if, at least in your case, Jordan, if he was in front of you, your soul just got snatched. But if hot guy is in front of you,
Hot guy's friend of me, I'm just like,
exactly. So like we make fun of it. However, if we were in the same circumstance, we would be a little distracted too.
Little.
Just a little bit.
Little. Keep blushing. After a few excruciating seconds, they moved back to my face, apparently having found nothing of interest.
See, we have the little flirty moment, and then we go right
Straight
back
insult.
to straight insult. This book feels a little bipolar.
Once more, he extends the knife, and this time I grab it and
Just
step
stab
to
him.
the edge of the small dais,
Just stab him.
putting as much distance between us as possible. Keep that with you, he says. A weapon forged in the human realm cuts sharp in the realm of the gods. His advice is unnecessary. I would have kept the knife regardless. The only item I have left for my own world other than the dress I wear.
Oh wait! I thought he was gonna kiss her, but he stole her soul instead. I'm dead. She is too, kind of.
What is that phrase that me and my friends always say when we're watching a show and someone says or does something where it's just like, oh yeah, this Riz.
You had to say that when I was taking a drink.
Sorry.
Why? What is wrong with you?
Anytime I watch JJK and someone does something even like remotely like that could possibly be in the interest of someone else, we're like, is this Riz?
Is this friend?
Is this Riz? Once more, he extends the knife, and this time I grab it. And oh wait, I already did all
Yeah,
that.
you did that.
The only connection I have to my family and loved ones. Shin claims to have stolen my soul, but why then do I feel like this? A sharp ache deep inside. Oh my goodness, a sharp ache deep inside of thoughts of my family. Where does the pain come from, if not my soul? My grandmother gave me this knife. I slid my thumb against the rough etching of a moon carved into the bone handle. It belonged to her own grandmother, whom she said I reminded her of. I rolled the knife to the side, revealing the scar. I rolled the knife to the side, revealing the scar underneath where I bled to make an oath to the sea god. The song from earlier. Was it your grandmother who taught you the words? I slipped the knife back into my short jacket. She taught me many songs, as well as folk tales and myths. She said that through songs and stories I could learn about the world and about the people who live in it. And about my own heart, but I don't tell it this.
Mm-hmm.
Then a thought occurs. How are we having this conversation? As I've been speaking, I've made no sound. I narrow my eyes. Can he read my lips? Wait, no. Can he read my mind? I wait. His face remains decidedly blank. You can read lips. Yes. Why did you cut the red string of fate? To protect the sea god. From me? I ask incredulously. Shin's gaze moves to the boy god on his throne, where throughout the commotion he remained asleep. The spirit realm cannot sustain a human bride. Your kind are weak. Your body is more susceptible to the dangers of this world. Anything can effectively kill you if it so wanted. The red string of fate binds your soul to the sea god. If you were to die, the sea god might also suffer the same fate. To protect him, I severed your ties. I tried to make sense of his words. Before, what did Kieran mean when he said I could retrieve my soul at the end of the month? Shin didn't respond, and I realized he doesn't know I've spoken. His gaze still upon the sea god. I tug at his sleeve, and when he looks at me, I repeat my question. In a month's time, you'll have to spend 30 days in the spirit realm. You will become a spirit then. As I said, human bodies are weak. Without a stronger tie to keep them grounded in the world, You mean I'll die?
Hey, dude!
You'd have died anyway, he says in time.
God!
I'm 16 years old. I'm supposed to have all the time in the world.
I was right, she was 16!
He scowls that you should have stayed where you belong. My world, the place where I belong, is being destroyed because of your world. If you won't be bothered to fix it, then I will. How? The sea god. His eyes flash. What about him? Oh, right. Your precious myth. You believe only a human bride can save him. That he will fall in love with her. That he will save her people because of his love for her. No, I grit my teeth. I wouldn't be so naive. It's what your people believe. It's what every bride before you has believed. You can't possibly know that. Every bride has her reasons. Maybe some are not as grand as you'd like them to be. To know because of their sacrifice, their family will be taken care of when they're gone, fed and clothed. To know that they've done everything in their power to protect those whom they love most. to know that they've tried when no one else could or even would. Shin's brow furrows. He's clearly frustrated. Slow down, I can't catch everything you're saying.
Said,
I'm loving this.
Slow
I'm
down.
loving
This isn't the banter we expected.
But it is.
I
one
can't.
thing
I'm
to
not
take.
sure if we can call it banter right now.
They're just fighting.
The girls are
The
fighting.
girls are fighting. Who are you to judge their hopes? At least they have them. What do you have? A sword that cuts? Words filled with hate? We're both breathing heavily. His gaze moves upward from my mouth to my eyes. For someone who can't speak, he says slowly, "You have a lot to say." There's a hint of something in his voice. Respect? He looks as if he means to say more, but he turns away. But it doesn't matter. In another life, you might have found a more welcome shore than this. As it is, the sea is dark and the sea god sleeps, and the shore is too far to reach. I've heard the cadence of these words before. They're a farewell. Wait, I shout. But of course no sound comes out. I reach for him, only to grab empty air.
Hold on. She asked him, "What do you have?" Like, girl, he has your soul.
That's true. What do you have? Oh, I don't know. Your entire being?
Your
Holds up the cage. Your entire being?
Your entire being.
Your existence?
Your existence.
Maybe that's what I have. He sprints from the room.
He said, "Bye, bitch."
He sprints from the room, his steps soundless across the wooden floors. In the space of a breath, he's gone. What just happened?
Booked it out of there.
This is not me. This is her. What just happened?
Me too. Us too, Mina. Us too.
The level-headed part of me knows that I can survive without my soul. After all, I'm living and breathing in this very moment. But a larger part feels that without the magpie, I am not holding myself. I feel lighter without it. Oh wait, I thought there was another thing. I feel lighter without it, and not in a pleasant way. I feel as if a breeze could send me adrift, as insubstantial as a leaf in the wind. The silence that felt thick before now feels empty without the familiar sound of my own breathing. Shivering, I wrap my arms around my body and turn to face the sea.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine just not being able to hear your own breathing?
I would hate that.
That's disgusting.
That's disturbing.
That's awful. Oh my gosh.
He's just as he was before, but for one difference. The hand that held the ribbon is bare. Nothing to evidence that he and I were once connected. There is no color in the air between us, no red string of fate. He would awake now, would he even recognize me as his bride? Seagull lets out a soft sigh. I take a step forward. This thunderous crack of sound, and I'm flung backward. Digging my heels into the floor, I grapple for purchase, but it's as if a solid wind has taken hold of me. The sea god becomes a distant blur, as an invisible force drags me from the hall.
Good lord.
Through one empty courtyard after another. Doors slam shut as I pass through each gateway. The sound of great planks of wood sliding into place behind me. I'm released outside the sea god's palace. Stumbling, I almost fall down the grand stairs. A loud groan signals the closing of the main gate. I scramble to my feet and throw my body against the doors as they shut with a resounding boom.
She just got kicked.
She did. They went, "I don't see a ribbon on you.
Get out of here.
Get out of here." I found my fist against the thick wood. All I get for my efforts are bruised hands and a terrible ache in my chest. I slump to the ground exhausted. My pulse throbs erratically, and I have to count my breaths to calm the wild beating of my heart. I remain on the ground, dazed, and for several minutes before I notice something has changed. The air is clear. Then I hear it. A sound like laughter drifting through the wind. Slowly I
Absolutely
reach my feet
not.
and turn. The mysterious
Absolutely not.
fog has lifted, revealing the night. Behind me, spread out like a painter's canvas, is the sea god's city. It's like nothing I've seen before. A labyrinth of buildings with curved rooftops and bowed bridges. Scattered throughout like solid arcs of rainbow. Good lord. Can I read?
Nope.
Gold light shines from lanterns hung from 3-story high poles, like sails of ships caught on fire. What an analogy. There are more lanterns floating in the water on the canal street, piercing through the city like branches of a magnificent glowing tree. Brightly colored fish swam along the breeze as if the sky were an ocean. Whales like clouds float lazily overhead, and in the distance the dragon slips through the air like a kite freed from
He just chilling. There you go.
There we go. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a blue whale.
It's a blue whale and a dragon. And a
Oh,
dragon.
look at that. It's a carp.
God, is that a catfish?
Oh my god, it's tuna.
Is that a blue marlin?
It's not raining cats and dogs. It's raining clownfish.
Nemo, what happened?
Oh god, Dory.
Oh my god, no, that's John Wick.
Oh my god, no, it's John Wick. Man, where was I? I got distracted by it's a blue whale. Yeah, there it is. I've never seen anything more beautiful. I've never seen anything more terrifying. The wonders of the city reveal an undeniable truth. I have entered a new world, a world of dragons, of gods with unfathomable powers. I just had the, that was like a stroke. Of gods with unfathomable powers. That's difficult to say.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, unfathomable powers.
Unfathomable powers.
That was really difficult to say. Of assassins who move unseen through the shadows, where your voice can be transformed into a bird and then stolen, where no one I love can ever reach me.
Rest in peace.
Yikes.
I think we can get 2 more chapters in and then call it a day,
Yeah.
I think. This book is considerably smaller. It's only like
It
a
is.
little over 300 pages.
I need to mark it in my Fable. I haven't put it in my Fable yet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, just 10 more pages and then we'll be at 63.
63.
Okay, chapter 5. I'm too visible outside the palace where anyone, anything, can see me. However much I might dislike Shin, his words were a warning. Humans are vulnerable in a world of gods. I stumbled down the steps, body sore from the rough sea tossing and the perhaps even rougher wind tossing. She's got yoinked out of that palace.
And she
I
did.
slipped into the nearest alley and hunkered down in the recess of a doorway. A paper lantern creaks atop the cracked wooden frame, the small candle inside casting baleful shadows on the walls. I'm behind a fish shop. The smell of a day-old catch is unmistakable. If there are people about, I see no sign of them, but soon it's impossible to see at all as tears begin to blur my vision. It's about time she cried. It's about time she vented her emotions that weren't anger. I cry without sound, racking sobs that spread tremors throughout my body. That's so sad. Literally crying and no one can hear her.
I know.
I know I need to be strong, like the heroines in my grandmother's stories, but I am frustrated. I am exhausted. And if Shin's words are true, I am soulless. Strange, but it was easier to be brave when he was in front of me, when I was bolstered by my fury at him. It's
How many
hard.
pages in this book? Don't be spoiling nothing.
I'm not spoiling nothing.
Don't mind how I said that.
325.
325?
Wait, no, that was a lie.
Oh.
That was the 321.
321.
That was the acknowledgement. My bad.
Lovely.
Where was I? It's harder to be brave when by myself, cold and alone. What am I supposed to do now? I pull my legs to my chest and press my face to my knees. Desperately, I try to think of one of my grandmother's many sayings, something wise to give me comfort and strength. But despair has its grip on me now, and it won't let go. Only once before have I felt like this, as if the world had jumped ahead and left me behind. It was the night of the Paper Boat Festival. I was excited because June said we would sail our boats down the river together, as we had every year since I was old enough to go. I was kneeling on the riverbank, writing the final flourish of my wish onto the paper when I heard June's voice. Shem Cheong might be the most beautiful girl in the village, but her face is a curse. Crazy line, by the way.
I was about to say, that's a crazy statement.
It was the beginning of their story, a story I would play no part in, at least not for a while. I stood at one end of the bridge as June followed Shim Cheong over to the other side. I remember staring at my brother as he walked away, willing him to look back, just one small wave to prove that I was still in his thoughts, that he hadn't forgotten me. And when he didn't, it felt like a premonition that things would never be the same again. I was 12 years old, and I could feel the hours of our childhood slipping through my fingers like sand in the sea. She just wanted her brother. She just wanted her brother to be with her. That's it. Later that night, my grandfather found me crying.
Sorry.
The crackers. Later that night, my grandfather found me crying beside the pond in our garden. He settled himself on the grassy bank, his eyes on the blurry reflection of the moon on the water. The ducks appeared as if they were swimming across its pearly face. Neither of us said a word for a time. My grandfather understood the comfort there is in shared silence. When I was ready to listen, he said, "In all my lifetime, I've never seen more wonderful creatures than ducks." He paused to chuckle at the baffled expression on my face. When ducks are born, they imprint on the first thing they see, usually their mother, and they will follow her quite determinedly until adulthood. Did you know this? I shook my head, unable to speak. There were still tears in my throat. You were born into this world an orphan? Hey, what? Hey, what?
Yikes.
His eyes were on the water, and I knew he was thinking of his daughter, my mother. Oh, so her parents must have died. Rest in peace. You were crying, and your eyes were closed tight, and nothing seemed to comfort you. I was afraid you'd drown in your own tears. That's so real. Even your grandmother was lost as to how to help you. But then June, who had been waiting in the garden, came quietly into the house. He was so little himself, not yet 3 summers old. He insisted on holding you. Your grandmother placed you gently in his arms, and when you opened your eyes and looked into his face for the first time, the smile that lit your face was the most wondrous thing I'd ever seen, like sunlight after a storm. She just wanted her brother to be with her.
She was like Katniss and Prim.
Grandfather, I said, tilting my head to look at. Oh my goodness. Grandfather, I said, tilting my head to look up at him. Are you saying I'm a duck? Great job, sweetie.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am in fact saying you're a duck.
I am calling you a duck.
Grandfather brought his rough hands to my eyes, wiping the tears from my face. I'm saying, Mina, that June has loved you your entire life, since the day you were born. He will always love you. It is his forever gift to you. I shook my head. Then why did he leave me behind? Because he knows that you love him enough to let him go.
This better not be some freaking foreshadowing.
Hey, what's this about, Axie? Oh, Miss O? Could you elaborate on
I
that?
swear, this is one of those books where I finish it and I'm like, this author needs therapy.
Oh, man. In the damp, cold alley of the sea-god city, I squeezed my eyes shut. Grandfather. He always knew the right words to say to make everything better. He's been gone for so long. Grandfather, I miss you more than anything. I wish
anyone alive
you were here now. Look it, a young boy's anxious voice shouts from close by. There's a girl crying behind the fish shop. What should we do, Mask? Exposed.
Oh my god.
There's a girl crying behind the fish
I'm
shop.
actually just trying to have a moment. And some little boy is like, oh my god, look, it's a girl crying.
I'd be choosing violence at that point. I'd be like, kid, if you don't shut up.
That dagger is still in her pocket.
A girl's voice answers, much calmer than the boy's and slightly muffled. Wait for her to use up all her tears, of course. When she's finished crying for herself, she won't start again. This one has a strong spirit.
I'm sorry. If a stranger...
Good Lord. I lift my face from my knees, gasping when I'm met with the most peculiar of sights. A girl around my height stands before me, her head tilted to the side, the whole of her face covered by a wooden mask. Grooves in the wood show wrinkles, while the cheeks and forehead are painted with red circles. It's the face of a grandmother, the mouth etched in a downward grimace. When she dehydrated, she'll stop crying. How can you tell, Mask? She doesn't look like she's going to stop anytime soon. I turn and almost touch noses with the small boy crouched beside me. He's like, dang, she cried, baby. Perhaps 8 or 9, he wears loose hemp trousers and a thin jacket with wooden buttons. He has unruly hair, one long cowlick popping up at the side of his head like a flower. On his back, he carries what appears to be a cloth knapsack. Not even Mickey? M-I-K-I? Mickey?
I was gonna say Miki.
Mickey? Not even Mickey cries nearly as much as she does, he says, his brow puckering. This statement is followed by a noise like bubbles rising out of the ocean. The boy's fingers fly to his shoulder, loosening the strings of his knapsack. He shuffles the bag around to reveal an infant tucked inside. Bro says the baby don't even cry this much.
He said, what's wrong with her?
Hey, Miki, the boy laughs, lifting the tiny girl out of the knapsack. Smile for the baby. He holds the infant out before me. She can't be more than a year old. She has rosy cheeks and a short haircut very much like the boy's, except hers is neatly combed to the side. From the way she's dressed in a soft cotton dress, sewn with small pink flowers, I know she's very much loved. Miki and I blink at each other. Whether it's magic or whether it's Miki's infectious smile, my tears stop flowing altogether. Miki giggles, reaching her small hands out toward me. No, Mickey. Miki. I'm going to keep saying Mickey, I'm going to be honest. Miki. I trained myself to say Miki. The boy scolds, pushing the knapsack wide and tucking the baby bag gently back inside. He said, get back in the bag, child. You stay with me now. He pats Miki on her head before moving the knapsack to his back once more. I look to the masked girl. The expression carved onto the wood of her mask has changed from a frowning grandmother to a smiling grandmother. Hey. No, thank you. Why is your mask changing?
Indeed.
That's better, she says. Tears are fine every now and then, but it's never a good thing to waste water. This is frying me.
Why is everyone waking up and choosing violence?
Oh my gosh. Everyone is so... Who are you? I say. Or try to say. Like before, I make no sound. She surprises me by answering, "Your spirits." Her voice has a soft, muffled quality to it, coming as it does from behind her covered face. "I'm Mask," she says, pointing to herself, "and this is Dai and Miki." She waves to them offhandedly, and Dai gives me a wide grin. I say Dai, it's D-A-I, so I'm just Dai. D-A-I?
Oh, yeah, Dai.
Yeah, Dai.
I couldn't find the name. I was like, where are you looking?
We saw you in the alley making a silent racket, so we came to investigate.
Not help.
Investigate. Dai looks from Mask to me. How is it that you know what she's saying, Mask? Can you hear her? Of course I can't hear her, Mask says, exasperated. Her voice is a magpie, after all. I'm just using my wits. What do you think a human girl like her, caught alone in an alley in the middle of the Sea God City, would ask? Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? What do you want? I've answered all of these questions. Nod, girl, if I'm right in answering at least the one you asked.
Nod, girl.
I nod. Dai claps his hands. Ask the girl her name, Mask. She's very pretty. How would you know if she's pretty or not? You're just a little boy. I ignore their bickering and latch onto Mask's words. Her voice is a magpie. I wave my hands in the air to grab their attention. Placing my thumbs together, I move my fingers up and down, mimicking the flight of a bird's wings. I've got it! Dai snaps his fingers. I know what she's trying to say. I nod my encouragement. She wants to fly, like a bird. Should we take her to the highest waterfall, Mask? We could push her off, and she could fly! Dai! Hey! Sir!
This kid's ruthless.
I gape. No, that's not what she's saying, Mask cackles. I knew your bloodline was inferior. All of these...
That's like the new insult. I knew your bloodline was inferior.
This
book is sending me.
I'm fried. I'm gagged. Take it back, Mask.
I feel offended.
Say you're sorry. I lean upward on my knees and wave my hands, trying to keep the two of them focused. How did you know my voice is a magpie? Did you see what happened to me? Do you know where they've taken my voice? Mask and Di give me blank looks. Or at least Di looks at me blankly. Mask's grandmother mask remains showing its beatific smile. Di says, scratching the bridge of his nose. Do you know what she said just then? Mask shakes her head. We're not mind readers, she says kindly. Neither are we skilled lip readers. Treat us as if we couldn't hear you even if you were able to speak. Magpie, I say, mouthing the word. Again, I lift my hands, making the shape of the bird, this time bringing it down in a dramatic swoop through the air. It's more like the flight of a falcon than a magpie, but at this point, I'm past worrying over the details. Di points to my hands. That looks like a falcon. Ah, Mask exclaims. I see now. Magpie, right? We saw Lord Kieran and that wily thief Namgi got your soul. We saw Lord Kieran and that wily thief Namgi got your soul trapped as a magpie in a cage. You need it back, otherwise the sea god won't recognize you as his bride. My eyes widen. You
just answered every question that was asked in the last chapter.
Yep. You know I'm his bride? She must gather an impression of what I'm asking, because she answers, what else could you be? The only humans allowed to enter the spirit realm are the sea god's brides. The only humans that are whole humans, not the spirits of humans. She points between herself and Miki and Di. Oh my gosh, these names are going to kill me. Herself and Miki and Di, like us. She tilts her head to the side. You're not dead, are you? Even if I had a voice, I'd be speechless. Every human has a soul, she explains. When they die, they leave their bodies in the world above, while their souls travel down the river. Spirits are the souls of humans who have pulled themselves from the river, too stubborn to move on to another life. We linger here in the spirit realm, wreaking havoc and growing fat on ancestral rites. She pats her belly and Miki giggles. I stare wide-eyed at them. If what Mask says is true, then they are dead. Well, that's sad. Let's help her, Mask, Di says, wincing as Miki bites down on his shoulder. The child nibbles.
The baby's a biter.
I can get her into Lotus House. That's where Kieran and Namgi will be heading. We'll just tell whoever's in charge that she's looking for a job. He pats my head gently. You're so quiet. They'd be sure to hire you. Unless they find out you're a human and not a spirit, Mask laughs. Then they'd want to eat you. I blanch. She must be jesting. Mask holds out her hand and I take it. She pulls me to my feet, turning me so that she can brush the dirt off the back of my dress. We are of the same height, she and I. With her profile to me, I study her freely. The mask she wears ties around the back of her head with thick strings. Her warm brown hair is styled in a long braid, signifying her status. Oh my gosh. Signifying her status as an unmarried maiden. That and the youthful curve of her neck suggests she's around my age. Let's go, Di says, Miki giggling from her place on his back. Mask straightens to join him. I hesitate. I'm not usually a mistrustful person, but my run-in with Shin and the others has made me wary. Still, I feel a strange affinity to these spirits, so friendly and filled with life, even if they are dead. My eldest brother, Sung, says trust is earned, that to give someone your trust is to give them the knife to wound you. But June would counter that trust is faith, that to trust someone is to believe in the goodness of people and in the world that shapes them. Oh my gosh. It's bars. I fear. Bars. I'm too raw to believe in anyone right now, but I do believe in myself, in my heart that tells me they are good, in my mind that tells me they are the help I need to find the magpie and take back my soul. Are you coming? Di shouts from over his shoulder. I hurry to catch up, following Mask, Di, and Miki out of the alley and into the heart of the Sea God City. Chapter 6. We emerge from the alley onto a wide boulevard. Immediately, I'm overwhelmed. Real.
Me too, girl.
I've never been outside my small village, where at most 20 or 30 villagers will gather on market days, perhaps as many as 50 during a festival. Here in the Sea God's City, there are hundreds, thousands of people dressed in vibrant jewel tone colors, as if the city were a great reef and the people its coral. Magnificent buildings with tiered roofs line the streets, stacked up almost on top of one another, as far as the eye can see. Shining lanterns hang from the building's many eaves, illuminating the shadows of figures moving behind paper windows. Gigantic, ghostly carp drift serenely over the rooftops, while luminous golden fish dart in and around the lanterns. You are right! The carp!
I called it.
The carp! The carp! A door slides open up the street, spilling light and laughter. A young woman, expertly balancing a tea tray above her head, disappears into the crowd. There's a whistle and crack of sound. I look up. A firework explodes, illuminating the night and scattering a school of minnows. Illuminating the night and scattering a school of minnows. Watch where you're going. Mask pulls me back in time to avoid being trampled by a young boy pushing a cart of anemone. Okay. All right.
What's the currency here? Sand dollars?
Anemone. Anemone.
I would laugh if the currency here is sand dollars.
You watch where you're going, Dai shouts back, raising a fist. She's a sea god's bride, you know. Sure she is, the boy throws over his shoulder, and I'm the sea god. This earns a smattering of snickers from those within hearing distance. Dai outing her. Already. Good lord. The cobblestone streets are paved in mosaics of sea creatures. We follow a chain of blue and gray dolphins down one street to an avenue of red crabs, and finally to a great central square depicting a large jade turtle. The square is filled with people.
Turtle!
Turtle! Groups of girls crouch in circles, tossing and catching stones. Old men sit at low tables, arguing loudly over board games. Real.
Yeah, that's about right.
Sounds about right. They all must be spirits, yet they appear as Miki and Dai do. Healthy, alive. Mask turns from the square, leading us down a cramped side street lined with food carts. We pass carts stacked high with rice cakes and others with salted fish strung up by their tails. More carts are spread with roasted chestnuts and sweet potatoes dipped in sugar. Sounds delicious. This all sounds delicious. I now want food. Dai dodges out of the way of an oncoming cart, pressing his back against another packed with dumplings and bamboo steamers. As he steps away, Miki reaches out and grabs a dumpling off the cart. Baby said,
This child is
Mine.
mine. She said, I'm taking that.
Hey, Miki, Dai yelps. Leave the thieving to the thieves. Reaching into his pocket, he produces a short rope strung with metal coins of tin and copper. So it's not sand dollars, it's regular money.
Lame.
So they can only have so much sea theme in their sea god city.
You're literally in the ocean.
He unknots a small tin coin and flicks it to the cart's owner, who catches it neatly from the air. We'll take 4, please. He accepts the dumplings and presents one to each of us in turn. Curious, I watch Mask out of the corner of my eye to see if she'll remove her mask to eat. But she hands hers to Miki. The little girl devours the dumpling in an impressive 3 mouthfuls. Good lord! That child is hungry! Feed the child.
Miki said, want to see a trick?
Nom nom nom. Delicious steam escapes from my own dumpling. I follow Miki's example and practically inhale it. Me too. I would inhale the dumpling. The combination of the soft, fluffy outside and the salty leek and pork inside is exquisite. This is making me hungry. After we've licked our fingers clean, Miki and I band together to fling beseeching looks at Dai. He sighs loudly, unstringing another coin from his money row. I take my time with the second dumpling, savoring each delectable bite. She is food motivated. The food cart alley opens up onto another bustling street, at the end of which lies a grand-looking bridge situated over a smooth-flowing river. Lanterns float lazily on its current in red, green, and white. I don't know what is that noise, but anyways.
Don't know either. Probably my neighbors.
There are boats moored on the riverbank, while others travel downstream, oared by ferrymen
It shows my entire
in
face
feathered-
is hidden by the.
and feathered hats. No, not allowed to see her. Denied. The bridge must be a major crossing point. It's overflowing with people, carts, mules, and even an ox, a garland of flowers strung between its horns. Children around Dai's age climb on top of the railings, making their way across the thin beams. Mask's hand shoots out, grabbing Dai's shoulder before he can join them. It's like, I want to join the people.
I just want to go to the bar.
Whee! Halfway across the bridge, the rumble of drums beats the air. A procession moves slowly through the packed crowd. Along with everyone else, we're pushed to the edge to make room. Oh my gosh. A group of soldiers passes by, armed with spears. They surround four bearers carrying a large, ornately decorated box. Two bearers on either side lift the box on poles balanced across their broad shoulders. I've heard of carrying boxes like these, common in the capital, used to transport noblewomen across short distances. The palanquin's thick walls shield its occupant from prying eyes. Excited whispers follow the procession. I lean forward, curious to know who sits inside the gilded box. Shiki's bride. Another bride. I turn to see Mask following the movement of the palanquin. She nods, indicating the guard's black and red uniforms. Those are the colors of his house. I tug on her sleeve and then pat my lips to draw her gaze. Shiki, a death god. Hey.
Oh, wait. Oh, isn't it like the Shigami?
That's Japanese.
That's
This is
Japanese.
Korean.
Okay, yeah.
My eyes dart to the golden box. The person inside is the bride of a death god. She must be very beautiful. What is she the goddess of? A goddess, did you say? She's no more a goddess than you or me. Just a girl, a former sea god's bride. Oh,
Oh, what?
okay. A sea god's bride. I whip my head in the direction of the procession. A warm, sun-colored hand sweeps the drapes of the box aside, and I catch a glimpse of a round, sweet face before a guard blocks my view. Hieri. Oh, hello. A year ago, the sea god's bride had been a girl from the next village over. Year after year, the brides arrive from all over with caravans that stretch for miles and miles. Sometimes they come from small towns, sometimes from large cities, some even from the capital itself. But Hieri arrived in the night, with just a sack of belongings slung over her shoulder, her hair in a simple braid down her back. She'd stayed with our chief elder and his family for 3 nights before there was a knock at my family's door. She needed someone to help prepare her for her wedding ceremony. It was strange, sitting in a room with a girl I'd never met before, helping her dress in the colors of a bride. Bright colors signifying love, happiness, and fertility. When, come morning, she would be drowning, and the dress would do nothing but pull her beneath the waves. You could run. The words were out of my mouth before I could stop them. Hieri turned to me, her lips painted pink with the crushed petals of azaleas. Her eyes were darkened with coal from the smoldering hearth. Where would I run to? Didn't you have someone who would look after you? Family to protect you? Hieri shook her head slowly. Just my sister, and she's been gone these past 5 years. Man, everyone is dying.
We have someone who's, like, alive.
No, clearly not. We're in the spirit realm. No one's going to be alive here. Gone, I leaned forward, encouraged, thinking Hieri could go wherever her sister had gone. To the capital, maybe. To somewhere safe. Gone where? Hieri turned... Honey, she did. Hieri turned away.
I'm loving the optimism.
However,
But
the open window of the room looked out toward the rice fields, and beyond them, the sea. In the darkness, you couldn't see it, but you could hear it. The tireless wind blowing the warm air across the room. You could feel it. The salt on your skin, pooling in a thick layer, like ashes. Hieri's voice was quiet. I was always better at swimming, much better than my sister, who feared the water. Tomorrow, when they throw me into the sea, I'm just going to swim. I'm going to swim and swim until I can't any longer. But your sister, 5 years now. They say every bride of the sea god is the same, but they're wrong. Why can't they see? Her voice turned urgent then. She grabbed my wrists and pulled me closer, her eyes fever bright. Some brides are chosen, but then there are those who choose to be brides. Dropping my wrist, she closed her eyes. They wonder why someone would choose to give up her own life. They could never understand. They? I asked. The villagers? She nodded. There are the girls who choose to be brides because they want to bring wealth to their family, since the bridal price paid by the village is steep. There are the girls who choose to be brides because they want the glory of being one of those beautiful few tragically sacrificed. There are even the girls who truly believe that all of this is real and that they won't drown but be saved by the sea god. Hieri opened her eyes, her gaze finding the window and the night beyond. Then there are the girls like my sister who want to be the sea god's bride because it hurts too much to be themselves. Okay. All right.
Why do I look like I'm black and white? Like you moved and like you have.
I know. I'm saying like the entire
But,
everything
like,
feel like it's black and white.
I look black and white.
I moved closer to Hieri then, taking her cold hands in my own. All this makeup will wash away in the water, Hieri said, choking back a laugh. And until then, I look like I have ink for tears. I'll wipe it off. I reached for a cloth, dipped it into a bowl of water, and dabbed it beneath her eyes. You're a kind girl, Mina. I may seem confident, but I'm very afraid. I want to live. Is there any way a person can die, yet still live? At the time, I didn't have an answer for her. It was the night, and she would soon leave to be sacrificed in the morning. And for a year, I couldn't understand why she'd choose to be a sea god's bride. Not until that moment when I stood at the prow of the boat, my anchor like a storm in my soul, and jumped into the sea. You cry too much. Di looks up at me, hands cupped beneath my chin to catch the tears slipping down my face. He said, You cry
too much.
way too much. Do I say, laughing.
Do I?
A beaming happiness floats within me that Hieri should be here now, alive and well. Well, she's not alive, but you know.
She's a bride of a death god, so I guess.
I point to the slowly moving procession. Tell me more. Tell me anything. You want to know about Shiki's bride? I nod emphatically. Yep. I don't know much about her. He pauses. Shiki, on the other hand. Yes. I smile at him encouragingly. He's a cold-hearted bastard.
Well.
Heaven.
Well.
Okay. Watch your language, Mask chides. Shiki isn't so bad, just a little on the serious side. And even if he were a little bad, rumors hint that the death god adores his new bride. The wedding was a grand celebration. Okay. I widened my eyes, making exaggerated movements between her and the moving caravan.
It's like air traffic control. It's like.
What was it like? I wasn't invited, Mask says. Only the most important people in the city were invited. The lords of Tiger House and Crane House, the Great Spirit, every lesser god with a shrine to his name. Mask scratches her wooden cheek. Now that I think about it, lots of people were invited. Just not us, Dash Jones.
This kid is so blunt, and I love it.
The sea god, of course, but seeing as he hasn't left his palace in 100 years, he's been asleep for 100 years. How many girls have been sacrificed? Good God. But seeing as he hasn't left his palace for 100 years, that was a waste of an invitation. Oh, and Lord Sheen, I suppose. Though I doubt he made an appearance, all things considered. They had a huge fight, Tiny explains to me, Ayo. Do you know what the fight was about? He asks, turning to Mask. What fights that matter are always about? Food? Ty suggests. I think of the local warlords who fight over the land back home. Power? Mask's expression remains benign, and yet I sense hostility emanating from her. Who raised you both? Did they teach you nothing? Love is what drove them apart, and love is what will bring them together, if they're not too stubborn to forgive each other. Sheen was in love with Hieri too? Di asks. Mask throws her hands up in the air, clearly frustrated. Pivoting, she walks into the crowd that is dispersed around Hieri's retreating caravan. We hurry to catch up. When did Shin and Shiki fight over? Or what did Shin and Shiki fight over, if not their love of Hieri? What hurt have they caused one another that must be forgiven? Having met Shin, I don't find it difficult to believe he's involved in a feud with a god no less. The dark-eyed boy was so infuriating. He stole my voice. He might not realize it or care, but he's in a feud with me. She said, we're beefing. You have no choice. We're beefing.
We are now enemies.
We reach the other end of the bridge. There it is, Dai shouts. Lotus House. A massive stone wall takes up an entire block of street. The tops of great trees line the perimeter, obscuring what lies on the other side. The only entrance is a wide gate manned by guards dressed in black. At the moment, they are allowing individuals through one by one, matching names to an official-looking scroll. I swallow thickly, faced with the impossibility of my task. Not only do I have to lie my way past those walls without a voice, but then somehow locate a small bird and figure out how to restore it to its original form. I've been fortunate to meet Mask, Dai, and Miki, but soon they will leave, and I'll be on my own once more, with only a knife and my grandmother's stories. Mask placed a warm hand on my shoulder. I thought you were brave. No need to look so fearful. You are a sea god's bride, are you not? You have a purpose, and you won't give up until you've seen it carried through to the end, or at least tried your very hardest. Or have you already tried your hardest? I shake my head. Good. She steers me away from the gate, rounding a corner to where Dai waits outside a small side door facing a much less traveled back road. He unstraps his knapsack, giving Miki a kiss before handing her over to Mask. Leave it to me, he says. Confidently, he approaches the door and raps loudly against the wooden frame. I rush to follow, coming up behind him just as the door cracks open. A girl around my age peers out at us, with a wide, frowning mouth, sharp, intelligent eyes, and long brown hair pinned up in a messy bun. Flyaway hairs curl around a familiar, heart-shaped face. I gasp. Nari?
Why do we know all these people?
How many people died? How many people are dead?
Well, at least 100.
Oh my goodness. And that's where we'll stop for right now. Chapter 7. What do you think so far?
I really like it. What page is it?
63.
63? Okay.
Where's
really
my
like
phone?
it.
There
All
it
of
is.
these characters are so spicy. And
These characters are funny. AF.
And it's not just like one character.
It's everybody.
All of them.
They all beefing.
We are 19% done with the book.
Yay!
Yippee! It's way better than my 1% done with Frozen.
I'm at varying stages of my books. The girl who... Oh, the gill? Oh, Christ. The girl who fell.
I fear I started
beneath
quite a few books and then I just never continued them. It's like I have my Conceal book. I'm 1% done. I started reading Daughter of the Pirate King. 1% done. I started reading Lightlark. I read the first chapter, so I'm 2% done.
Oh my goodness.
I only read like the first page or so of the Odd Sisters book before I gave up the first time. I'm 10% done with The War of Worlds. And that's all of them. I'm currently, my Fable has me as reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books.
Oh goodness. See, oh wait, this is okay. Sorry.
I always put like a little like post-it note on the like very end of my books because I know they have acknowledgments and stuff like that. So I always put like a little tab.
See, I'm currently reading 5 books. However, I'm actually making progress in all of them.
See, I feel like I haven't.
And
Some of those books have been on my like currently reading since like June.
oh goodness. But like one of them is like a year-long read because it's the complete tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. That's gonna take me all year to get through that big book. So, and then the other one is my semester classics read, Emma by Charlotte Bronte. Not Emma, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte.
Emma.
No, not Emma. That's Jane Austen. And I've already read that. Very good book. But it's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And then I have Not Quite Dead Yet because I did not finish that in January. I'm still reading that. But we have Not Quite Dead Yet, which I'm 58% done with. The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis, which I'm 31% done with. And now this one, which I'm 19%. So I'm making good progress.
I love how like on your like tracker thing, it's all like green where you've read, and mine is just completely bare until today.
I fear I've made it a considered effort to read every day.
I've not. Though it's on my list to do.
Well, how's that going for you?
I'm doing. I was gonna say I'm doing something, but I'm not. I've not been reading.
Everyone has their own pace.
Yeah, I fear my pace is I'm a college student in dance and psychology classes.
Hey, I be busy, but I bring at least a book with me everywhere, and any second any
I
break
always
I
bring
get.
a book with me, and like the War of Worlds I have on my phone. It's free on Fable, so I just got it from Fable. So I have it on my phone, but I just haven't read it. Like I haven't read from it in a while. To put in perspective, I started reading this like last spring semester.
Do you even remember where you are?
I do. I didn't get very far, so there wasn't much to remember.
Oh my goodness.
Right
Man.
now, spaceship or like thing crash landed, and there's a huge crater, and now he's going back to Telegram.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this book so far. It's a fun. We got right into all the drama.
Yeah, there was no like.
There was like
no exposition. There
no
was just,
exposition. Just
straight to rising action.
Just first chapter immediately. Hey, we're jumping into the sea.
Your first chapter. Anybody seen a dragon?
Anybody seen a dragon? I'm stealing one of your
I
crackers.
feel like that John Mulaney's like, you ever see a ghost? So I put this like dragon. It's like, you ever see a dragon?
Yeah, no, immediately stuff is happening.
Pooh. Now you're throwing a box. Rhythm. Street.
I'm bamboozled. I've been frequently bamboozled already. It's only been 6 chapters.
I know.
We're like, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, what? What's happening? What's happening?
What is happening? Anyways, but this has been good. We'll be back
Oh,
next.
that's my posture. I would do that this whole time. Ooh.
We'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, actually at 5.
Yes.
I had a club meeting that went over, and she is having difficulties.
Sure.
By difficulties, we mean an exam.
Yes. I had biopsychology.
Yeah, we will be back. We will be back next Friday. Hopefully, actually at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Absolutely
That's
not.
a funny joke.
Absolutely not. 5 p.m. to continue reading The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. She already underneath the sea. She already down there. So I wonder how much further she can fall. But